Okay, we're live with another Cartridge Club Hangout. I'm here with Derek. How's it going?
Oh, same old. Nothing too great going on. I was streaming some VR yesterday, and I injured my finger.
Huh.
just cut my skin. I hit it on the shelf behind me.
Punching of furniture tends to happen.
Yep. I've also punched the ceiling once, and there's still a dent in the ceiling from my controller. That was a boxing game where people can make their own patterns, and you have to follow it to the song. But someone apparently made a really high point you had to hit. And in this room, that didn't work. I jumped.
Yeah, what game was it?
What's it called? Box VR? No. Beat Boxing? I can't remember.
It's Box VR is a game I was thinking
of that's not the one.
I didn't think so. Just because of the customization, I don't think they do that. Because I think that one's like actually set out workout regimens.
I will find the name of it. But sound boxing. That's what it's called. Yeah. It might be PC only. I don't know.
It probably is, yeah. Even Box VR is only just within the last few weeks on PSVR, I think, or within the last month or two.
I think it just came out on PC. Like, it was in early access before, so I think the official one just came out just the other day because Steam told me.
Okay. Yeah, I want to get that one, even though I've got Beat Saber and Creed already. One of those is fun.
Creed is not?
The other one is Creed. It's just really odd. Like,
okay.
That one's...
it's good to know, because I was wondering.
It's well made, but like it might be better on PC with like better motion tracking, or if you have like better motion. But it might be a PlayStation VR only title. I'm not sure of that either. But the reason it's strange is because in a similar vein to Sprint Vector, it's like one of the most disconnected things you could possibly do, because you're supposed to be moving your legs and you aren't.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
like
that sucks.
Like, it's one of the things where there's a gym in Creed, which bothers me because there's a gym and there's no like workout routines that you can do, so that seems odd.
Yep, that is
like
weird.
you'd have to bring your own itinerary
plan, yeah.
But even though like it's mini games at like the bags, so like you can't do what you want anyway. It's just a strange game, especially when you get on the treadmill and you're just doing this. You can't move your legs.
Oh my god!
You're not even.
Yeah, it's on Steam as well, so it would probably be much better with full tracking.
Yeah.
It does say you can play it seated or standing or room scale. You just drop out? That's interesting.
No, I'm good. I just had to turn my video off.
Okay. Yeah, so you're muted for a split second there too. I'm like, what the?
And my mom was at the door.
No worries.
And turn the video on anyway for a minute. Just checking.
No problem. I just you dropped when I saw the microphone was muted for a second too. I'm like, okay, mic and video gone.
If I was gone, it would just be nothing.
That's what I thought too. Yeah. Usually you just disconnect the person. You
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me, but it supports seated, standing, or room scale for Steam.
Room scale would probably be better, but I'm not sure how you would do like the moving around or like tracking your feet at all.
See, it doesn't track. Most games that do room scale don't track your feet. It just uses your head to know where you are.
Yeah.
But it's usually pretty good.
I should say. Because I know they don't track your feet, but like...
Yeah, well, you can in some games.
Moving around.
There are... with Steam VR, there's these little trackers that are little triangles, and they have infrared lights on them, and the tracker or the sensors can track them as well. But I don't know what games support them for sure. And they can also be attached to guns and things for other devices to be tracked.
Nice.
And cameras as well, so you could have a camera in your VR space, and then have your VR space all green screen, and it can put a virtual camera where your real camera is, so you can stream yourself playing in the virtual world. It's kind of cool.
I've seen that a lot with Beat Saber.
Yeah. Which I don't plan on going that crazy.
Yeah, it is entertaining though.
Yeah, but those trackers are like $150, so $130 maybe. So that's kind of ridiculous. I'm not going to bother filling time by myself. But I will go through my Steam library and see what there is to play. You do tweet out the mainstream link. I should also be on the YouTube chat because I never do that. I always forget until somebody says someone's talking to me. And then I get to
sorry about that. Yeah, I actually didn't tweet out the stream link this time, like the video. I should have done that.
Gotcha.
And I normally do that in place of the links now on the tweets.
Yeah, yeah.
But I forgot to this time. It started up, or I should say I put the links out a little late. It always starts late, but I put the links up a little late because I just decided to take a quick walk around the block before starting. And I went later than I should have.
Gotcha. Is this
Yeah, I've just got the video off so you don't have to watch me eat.
No worries. I'm used to it. Usually when I watch back the recording, right? Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, I can't wait for the kind of next evolution of like the attainable VR, not like the super high end, like $8 to $1,000 plus with all the special amenities, like the home accessible version.
Yeah, like I actually just picked up a Oculus Go. Go, which is the older version of the standalone. It basically has a cell phone processor built into it, and it runs, I bet, Android. And
not the one that just came out within the last couple days.
It's the previous one to that, basically, because I bought it for $150 off Kijiji.
I didn't know there was a previous one to that.
Yeah.
But that really excites me.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You need no computer, right? That's the benefit to most people. No computer needed, no cell phone needed because the cell phone thing is annoying. I have one of them as well, the Google Daydream with my Google Pixel, and I have a Pixel 2 as well with my newer phone. But that's really inconvenient. And the Pixel 1, the Daydream View 1, because they released a second one, even though it's not named something else, it's just a newer version. The first one has no heatsink for the phone, so the phone overheats when it's in there. And the phone always turns itself off. It's great. Like probably after an hour of play, but still.
That sounds like great design.
Yeah. So the second one they made, they came up, they have a metal plate behind it, and they have basically a heat sink behind it to take away the heat. Cool. So now that I found out they released that, I wish that mine had that. I could always modify it. But
the cords are the other big thing.
Yeah. And that's the thing,
better controllers in terms of going from PSVR to that, because
actually that's the problem with the Daydream and with the Oculus Go that I have. They both have just a single one controller. It is motion tracked, but not as good as like PSVR, which is sad to say, but there's no visual tracking of that controller. It's just the accelerometers and gyroscopes inside the controller that tell where it is. So you have to reset your position all the time with them.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's actually good for I just want to watch something in VR. Let's say I want to watch Netflix or Plex in VR.
Yeah.
It's great for that. You get huge ass screen right in front of you. Yeah. But the games in it are okay. I was playing one the other day since I just picked it up. When did I pick it up? Sunday, I think. So I just was playing one yesterday. I think my son wanted to try it out, so played a couple games, and they weren't bad for free games, because that's what I try out first, find out what works and what doesn't. What kind of control schemes are good for this and what aren't. Try out all the free games I can that look interesting, and then start considering buying paid games, depending on if they're any good or well received. But yeah, the Quest is going to be interesting, since I already know that the Quest, which is the new one that's standalone, requires no computer, does have Super Hot VR, because I follow Super Hot on Twitter, and they've been talking about that for the last couple of days. So Super Hot in that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one that I just have not been inclined to try.
It's a great game, but Bill was playing it on streaming yesterday, and me watching him playing it, having played it myself on the Vive, it looks so painful to watch because he can't do things that I can do, like ducking, dodging, walk to the side, especially to dodge bullets, or even just grabbing guys' guns. He can't get far enough out to grab the gun, whereas I can just take a step forward, right? So
yeah. But just it looks like a great game, but it just doesn't look like something that would hold my attention personally for very long.
Oh, it's a fun ass game. I beat that game. I beat it again last night after Bill was playing to show him what it was like for me to play, how different it was. But I beat it again last night, and I've probably beat it about 4 other times before that, I think, since I bought it. And I usually have enough gap between it that I don't remember exactly how to solve it. So, have to rediscover how to do the puzzle part of it.
Yeah. We are still kind of just in terms of the general theme of the games coming out, we're almost in terms of evolution, comparing it to games in general, we're kind of still in the Atari going into NES level of complexity evolution. It's obviously more complex than that by default, but just in terms of style of games, it's that very simple setup with the technology getting used to it, like the Atari was.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I can think of any kind of example to contradict that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I really can, but I want to say we're beyond that and we're into NES's early games, but I don't know if that's
there's a couple exceptions
factual or arguable.
There's a couple exceptions to that rule, Astrobot and Moss and things like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, the same thing could be argued about Atari itself, that, there were really good games in that used the technology way beyond what it should have been capable of, or in clever ways.
I'm not sure if this was on Atari, but I know it was on television, so same era, but Treasures of Tarman, that was one of the early maze RPGs, the first person type thing. That's really impressive for the time. But what I'm saying mostly is VR kind of on average looks like what we expected VR to look like in the 80s and 90s. Lots of neon, stuff coming at you, hitting symbols and stuff like that. I'm mostly thinking of Beat Saber.
Well, that's the thing. They're not all like that.
They're not all like that, but
style. Most of the games I've played in VR are not like that. Most of them are trying to mimic reality or cell shaded or cartoon-esque. You know what I mean?
Okay. I should say most of the ones that take off.
Yeah.
Or they sell themselves on that simplicity. And those are the ones that really hit and don't have as many issues. I mean, the other more complex ones, usually there'll be a given here or there. There'll be some give or take with it.
Where is the total? I was gonna say just how many VR games. It's not showing there, but wow, it's not showing. Oh, there, 217. So I have 217 VR games in Steam, and the ones of those I've played, most don't go for that aesthetic. There are definitely ones that go for that, neon look, but I'd say it's a small percentage.
Okay, yeah, I'm going from a smaller sample size on PSVR.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is more limited. But the ones you see really take off, like Beat Saber, are generally that, I've found.
And you can even argue
Astrobot and Moss and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. And see, Astrobot has a bit of that. And Moss is totally the opposite direction. Very organic, right?
Yeah. But it's those fall in more games as we know them, but a VR twist to them. They're not anything new. They're not intrinsically VR. They are Astrobot's well, they're both platformers, but you help out in VR and you are the camera. Which is fantastic, but they're a variation on a theme.
Yeah.
They're not a new experience. They're fantastic, but they're not new experiences. You've got short form stuff like Batman Arkham VR or even Doom VFR that are more interactive experiences. They're not very long, and you have a limited set of stuff to do. I mean, Doom is closer to the actual game, but I would say that's actually a detriment to it because you cannot move fast enough with that control scheme to take advantage of the frenzy that is Doom. Because you're doing that kind of teleporting and like the side to side, like moving around almost like one of those maze RPGs, like Legends of Grimrock or something like that. You're like side to side, back and forth, and turning.
Gotcha. Yeah. See, I never played Doom VR because I thought it's not going to be a good experience in VR. As far as I've had good experiences in VR, right? I've had bad experiences in VR with games where you move around a lot, basically. And Doom is definitely a game you move around a lot.
It's good for a while, but like in the main Doom game, when you get like up to one of those hive things and you pull it and all hell literally breaks loose around you, and you've just got a ton of shit coming at you. You have to take it down and move really fast.
Mm-hmm.
They do those rooms exactly like they do in the original Doom, except you don't have that freedom of movement.
Yeah, exactly. That's
like
terrible.
When the difficulty starts ramping up, even if you're like on normal or easy difficulty, it's just like you're getting fucking swamped and you can't move fast enough.
Yeah, it's terrible because I equate that to Serious Sam. You have to sidestep. You're basically constantly sidestepping, and when you can't easily do that, it breaks your main defense or your main like strategy in that game.
It breaks the loop.
Yeah,
and it's just like.
And actually, Serious Sam is in VR as well.
Yeah, I figured I got there by just the implication, but it's even worse for that because you get panicked when that shit starts happening, and your head is the camera, so you are whipping your head back and forth, and the headsets are heavy. That is a highway to whiplash.
See, I don't ever find that a problem, but maybe I'm just not looking around as much. Or maybe I haven't done I haven't done PSVR that much in VR. I've only done Moss and Astrobot and a little bit of Tetris Effect. I did do a couple demos too, but again, not really anything where I whip my head around.
Yeah, I think it might have just been like I had already injured my neck doing something else, and VR exacerbated it.
I can see that being a problem. Yeah,
but I had to stop playing for a couple months because I was just playing a bunch, and it just got really, really bad for my neck. But I think that was mostly when I was playing Doom. But the reason that's not normally a problem. I agree with you. But
when you second, I gotta go.
Okay. Pause. We'll be right back after these messages. At least I'm done eating now. I'm just gonna run my plate upstairs. I'll be back.
I'm back. In case anybody was wondering, I don't know if anyone's watching. Does YouTube even show if people are watching? I don't recall.
Okay, I'm back.
Me too. Sorry, my wife came down. She was kind of woke up from a rest, and now she's going back upstairs.
Yeah, I figured I'd just run my plate upstairs.
Yeah, no problem.
Anyway, what were we saying? VR stuff.
Yeah. All VR stuff.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Don't you have to talk about it too terribly much.
Yeah. I was thinking of like Eric being like, more VR talk.
Well, he's confirmed he's not going to be here tonight, so fire away.
Yeah, I have to try and figure out. Last night I was thinking, what game am I gonna play? I can't remember what I wanted to play.
Of course, after I make a joke about Eric not being here, Melissa's in the chat. Hey.
There she is.
So yeah, like other examples, I guess. Yeah, like I think the main hampering of VR is the motion right now, like the lack of like around the room motion, specifically in PSVR. Like I don't have any experience with any other kind, so my opinion is limited on that, I guess.
Yeah, see, I love having the full room. That's the best part about the VR. Mm-hmm. And every time I talk about like Superhot, Bill's streaming it, and I think about Superhot or someone mentions Superhot VR, I forget that PSVR is a very different experience. And I also played what the hell are the two? Firewall. Yeah, I played Firewall in VR with the aim controller, and I just found so many times where I'm out of the detection area. I'm out of the line of sight of the camera, so it like, fucks up. Or same with the Move controllers. I can't remember what game it was now with the Move controllers, and it's frustrating as hell. Yeah,
I have a hell of a time with just one of my Move controllers like desyncing.
Oh,
like
weird.
I think it's because of where I have the camera placed. I might want to try like doing it below the TV rather than on top.
Okay.
Because like it's usually when I have to crouch down or hit a low note.
Is it also possible there's a mirror or a light being picked up somewhere near it? Because it uses. Oh no, it doesn't use infrared, right?
Not the.
No, I don't think it does. No, it doesn't.
No,
like I'm thinking of like Wii uses infrared and or Vive uses infrared and sorry.
I think it's like that. I think it's like
a mirror could still cause it, but
there isn't one in here. But I know what you mean. Like
I
highly doubt.
I was thinking picture frame or something, but
maybe the CRT next to the other TV, like maybe like because that's on an angle to the side of where I'm doing it, so maybe some light could come off of that. But it's mostly like just when it goes out of the range of the camera, I think.
Yeah.
It's like it's on top of my TV. So if I crouch and the lights are no longer visible to the camera.
Yeah. It usually freezes wherever it last saw you, basically.
Yeah. Or just juts forward waiting for you to like grab it, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But like that's fucked me up so much in Beat Saber, where it's just like I've gotten a song almost perfect, but it desyncs on one freaking note.
Yeah, Bill keeps complaining about that too. I mean, you should be able to step back further, assuming your room is big enough, and that should give you wider view or wider range of motion, wider area to play in. I noticed that with Firewall. With Firewall, when you actually get close to the edge of its view, it shows you the cone of what the view is of the camera, which is kind of cool. I wish everything showed that in some way.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other games that did that in VR that I've played so far in PSVR. With Steam VR, when I do room scale, I set up my area, and when I get close to the border, there's a virtual wall of like a grid pattern that shows up to say like you're close to getting out of your designated area. I can still leave that area because I've allowed it, but it will just show me that grid wall that I created, because usually that means I'm going to run into something.
Yeah,
or,
I think
or cut my finger.
Yeah, but as I said, like the camera's on top of the TV, so maybe
mine too.
It might be easier to angle if I put it down below and aimed it slightly up. Rather,
Yeah, I don't know. It's possible. I almost worry that would be worse for tracking the headset, though.
Yeah, but like
because
for
some of the
headset,
dots
like,
are up high, right?
Yeah, but like you can do it so that your head's visible in the thing, and then it gives you a wider range of view for like low motion, which is where usually desyncs for me.
With Beat Saber.
Yeah, or I
Gotcha.
might just have to angle the camera down further.
Yeah.
But it's a pain in the ass. Which is why like something like the Quest appeals to me, because that's like the cameras are in the headset. It like tracks your room.
I don't think Quest actually has cameras at all. But let me
Well,
just
like it has tracking in some fashion that's not like tied to a camera.
Yes, you're right. It does have internal cameras. I forgot.
Okay.
I'm confusing it with the
Go or one of the other ones.
Well, the Go and the Quest, right? They're along the same lines in that they're all in one units. But the Quest now uses the controllers for the regular Rift and the Rift S. So that's what I was thinking of, is that the Quest does use the controllers which are tracked by the headset. So yeah, that does help. Now it only has, I think, 2 cameras or maybe 4. Can't tell for sure.
It's also entirely possible that one of my Move controllers is just screwy.
And that's what I was wondering too, is maybe there is a problem, but you should be able to tell by testing it. Like launch a song and try just moving it, see how far it takes till it syncs or desyncs. Yeah. And hopefully it's not some kind of like physical problem or Bluetooth type connection problem either. Yeah. You could also just try reconnecting it to the PlayStation.
Like the
sort of
collaborate it.
Yeah, like repair.
Calibrating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not repair, but repair, you know?
Yeah, like re-pair.
Yeah. I'm not sure the best way to do that, but I think if you connected it to a different PlayStation and then connected it to yours, maybe. I think you said your mom had one.
Yeah, maybe that would work.
You could try doing that just so it reestablishes the connection. Maybe. I don't know if that would change like the Bluetooth channel or something. Would be good.
I don't know. There's like Bluetooth channels on the controller itself, so.
Yeah, there's no way to dictate it, but if you reconnected it, maybe it would change. But I don't know. I don't remember how Bluetooth works, whether it's already spread spectrum or if you get a specific set of frequencies.
Yeah. I don't play it enough to really like narrow anything down, so maybe next time I should just do a really good test on it.
Yeah. Yeah, and people had said lots of good things about Kevin's headset as well, which it still requires a PC, but it has the inside-out tracking, they call it, right? The camera's on it to track your controllers.
Yeah.
And his was this Samsung, oh boy, Odyssey Plus. That's what it was. But again, because the cameras are on the front of it, if you move your controller behind you, it loses tracking of it, just like PSVR's problem. But instead of arranged to the side, it's behind that it loses.
I just realized I gotta, just while we're talking, start up Warframe, because I had a notification yesterday about one of the companions I have in the game. Like, the loyalty is low. It's just a stupid thing. Like, you have to make sure, like, you have to basically maintain your pet, which is annoying. It's just this giant resource sink, which I guess accurate, but
I don't find that fun. I mean, I could for a bit, but overall I'd be like, why grind? It's
not something that's required to do in the game. I just did it because. Gotcha, but it takes forever to get into the situation like that. The only annoyance I've found is like the whatever thing you basically, it's like a DNA something you have to give your pet every so often to like maintain its health, I guess. It just costs a lot of in-game currency, not like paid, thankfully, but just in-game. It took a long time for it to get low enough to give me a notification, but it's still irksome.
Got lots of people joining.
Yeah,
Mike from Retrolectors and Vigigamer.
Yeah, hey guys.
Mike says he wants my poster. I'm pretty sure my brother-in-law got it at Walmart at one time, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, that's from I think that's from the Black Mirror.
I don't know.
Batman comic.
Sure. My brother-in-law got it for me, and he's into comics. I'm not.
Yeah, it's a good image.
He just thought
regardless.
I'd like it. Yeah,
I think it's a cover, so you don't necessarily have to have read the story to be familiar with it. I haven't even.
Come on, camera. Don't be stupid. Really, it was me being stupid because I turned it, and then I wanted to go back. But
yeah, aside from my weirdness with the pet in Warframe, that game is super fun.
Hello, James. I haven't played Warframe since like really early in the beta. I meant to play it more, and I just never have. Yeah,
it's comparatively speaking, it's probably equivalent to if they had done sequels, Warframe 4 or 5 at this point.
Exactly.
They've added so much stuff.
Yeah.
And just quality of life. Like there's 2 open world areas now.
Like I think when I did play it, I played it for like half an hour, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. How do I do anything? So I just exited. I don't think there was many people playing. You may still
get a bit of that. They are not much with the explanations still. They do have like a little run through at the start now, like a little tutorial mission. But like just in terms of the intricacies, I think part of the issue is they said like they, as a free to play game, they have to balance the new player experience with the like legacy player experience, like getting new content for people who've been playing for years and years.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Familiar with that with League of Legends. It's frustrating as hell to try to keep up with all the new characters they release and all that kind of stuff, just to be competitive.
Mike, where did you get overwhelmed with the mod screen? the mod screen, like, was that in the game when you played it?
Me? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just like you get like all these effectively cards that you can slot into each piece of weapon or gear that you get.
Oh God. Yeah, either it may have been there, but I just never got into it.
There's a ton of them.
Like I literally launched it. It did not run stable, and the graphics were all fucked up because it was so early on. Then I launched it again like a couple days later, and it was all those problems were fixed, but I still didn't understand how to do anything or what anything was. I don't even remember if I picked a character. I'm pretty sure I did, because I would think I at least ran around. I would think I at least ran around. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in the game. It's one of those ones you do have to do some Google foo occasionally. And more often than you probably should, but it's kind of worth the trouble if you get into it. Like, I've got... How many characters do I have?
My Google foo is strong, although I hate Googling while I'm playing a game if I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to play, you know?
It's like kind of Dark Souls logic. You can kind of make your way, but occasionally you want to look something up to like figure out where you're going wrong or find a certain specific thing. But like I've got... It's great if you have Twitch, like Twitch Prime, because they just throw you free shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like I
do not have Twitch Prime. That's a long topic for itself.
I have 2 of the Prime characters, which are just beefed up, prettier looking versions of the regular ones. But I have 2 of those from that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 individual characters, including my starter. At this point,
means nothing to me.
A lot. And I've had to spend very little money on it, which I appreciate. Like, it's one of those games where they do such a good job with it, and they're so open about like their mindset around the game.
Yep.
Yeah, they're very transparent. It's just kind of one of those ones. You don't feel obligated to spend money to progress or get something you need, but so much as it's like giving them a tip.
Yep,
at that point, you want to support them. But I've only spent like $25, and I've got more than enough currency left over.
Yeah, I did that with League of Legends as well. It's Yeah, it did. It's like, okay, I don't need to give money to progress, but although there was one fucking weird problem with that, but anyway, you feel like you want to give money because you got more than enough worth it out of this game, right?
Yeah. There's only a couple things I've spent currency on, like the paid currency, just for the sake of convenience. And it's just like a couple of there's so many items in the game. Eventually, you're going to run into something that just has not been optimized in a long time.
Okay.
Like, there's these clans that you can build, and it's for like multiplayer stuff. But that's one of those ones where like you go in there and it's like, the fuck do I do? Like I don't know what I'm doing with this. And you build like labs and stuff like that, and that unlocks certain specific gear. But two of the things that are locked behind that are like one of the starter Warframes is locked behind that. If you don't pick him at the start, you have to like build a clan or join one in order to get him for free. And for the flight upgrade for the open world area, but the game also throws you 75% coupons like candy. So I had some currency, and it's just like, okay, I can buy this character for less than the slot a free character would normally go in.
Interesting.
The flight was a little bit more, but it's like at 200 plus hours in, I was fine to just do the convenience every so often. And it wasn't new money being spent. It was just like, I have leftover currency.
I'll probably at this point never actually get into playing Warframe unless I had friends who were like, okay, come play with us, and we were all starting out together or something like that.
I mean,
just because
it's free, so
yeah, but I already own so many games that are essentially now paid for.
Mm-hmm. But like, if you wanted to jump on Xbox at some point, I'd be more than happy to run you through it.
I gotta pay for live, right?
I don't think you do.
Yeah, I thought Xbox was the one where you have to pay, even if they're free to play.
I don't think that's the case anymore. I think that was like a Netflix thing years ago, where like you had to buy.
I heard of it with Xbox One as of like last year. Yeah.
I've never had my live lapse, so someone would have to do a test for that. But I would imagine you wouldn't have to. You don't have to on
play
PlayStation.
Warframe without Xbox Live Gold.
That's probably the faster way.
In short, yes and no is the answer.
Lovely.
But that's for Apex Legends. Someone else. Here we go. Do I need Xbox Live? Well, for Xbox Legends, they say with PlayStation, yes. With Xbox, you need Live Gold. So I'm just checking another article or Reddit about specifically Warframe and Xbox Live. Yes.
I'm reacting to something else. I guess their Battle Pass thing, which is free, but just that's effectively what it is off for the moment. I knew that was ending soon, but I didn't think it was gone. Basically, your daily bounties. It's not anything super.
So someone pointed to the Xbox Store page for Warframe and says game requires Xbox Live Gold to play on Xbox. Subscription sold separately.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Get with the times.
Yeah. They're ahead of a lot. They're ahead of PlayStation and Nintendo on a lot of things, just not that apparently.
Yep.
That is stupid.
Yep, that's definitely not how you get the kids, right? Like, if you want the kids to play, you got to give it for free. That's
to be fair. Xbox is my preference, but I've got profiles on PlayStation and Switch. I'll play anywhere.
Yeah,
it's not PC because I can't.
I'll play anywhere that's free.
Yeah, so either of those other places.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you ever want to get into it, just let me know and I'll hop on whichever.
Yeah, except PC. And that's the other thing. Cross-platform would be nice too, but
it would be lovely. Even just cross-progression. I don't care about like I don't care about like where in the star map I am. I care about my shit carrying over.
Yeah.
Like paid stuff at least.
Yeah, unlike Fortnite issues before with PS4 where
you
carry between everything but PS4.
Mm.
All right, I really need to start installing some more VR games here.
But it's on the larger end, but it's still effectively an indie game, so you can kind of give them some slack.
Yeah, you can see it. So throttle my downloads so that it doesn't start making me choppy. Sound is low from some guy.
Yeah. The levels are looking fine for me, so if anyone else wants to chime in on that, I feel like we would have heard it by now. No pun intended. If the sound was low.
I can see on the little meters that we're at like 3 out of 4 bars, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it could come up, but does it
Yeah.
need to peak? No.
Not particularly.
Could double check here as well with my sound recording and stuff here. Oh,
I think we're fine.
It's showing the wrong headset, but
I think we're fine, or someone else will let us know.
yeah, I think doesn't Hangout automatically adjust the input volume as well?
Potentially. Yeah.
So even if we did try and make ourselves louder, it might just bring us back down anyway.
Hey, Troy.
Hey.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How's it going?
Good.
Hello, sir.
I'll just shut off Warframe for now. I just need to do the one thing anyway.
What's everybody saying?
We were talking VR for a bit, and then I started rambling on about Warframe. But if you want to, but if you want to bring something up that you can actually talk about, then.
What do you got going on? You cleaning something? Oh, you're painting.
I'm painting, yeah.
I see. Makes sense. I should have known.
Yeah, well, it's what I've been doing lately because I've been finding a whole lot, so gotta have a hobby that actually functions. I've been finding more D&D stuff than gaming stuff, and that's kind of surprising considering the fact that, well, I would think video games are more popular. But
yeah, I would have thought so as well.
But that's how it's going, so I'm down with it. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I got a lot of games, man, so I'm really enjoying this painting thing, and I'm enjoying just finding D&D stuff, and I'm happy with it. It's fine by me.
I've been watching for D&D books like you asked, but I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I'm sure it's like not the easiest thing to come by all the time, right?
Yeah, I don't have any to know what they look like other than the pictures you sent, so I've been checking them, but haven't.
Wait, D&D books?
Yeah, Troy wanted some D&D version 3.5 or something.
Okay, like the actual game, not the novels.
Yeah, not the novel. I got a whack of novels already.
The Salvatore ones are in there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I got like the old school, like second edition ones that I read when I was a kid, and bought them from a guy like $60 for like $35.
Nice.
Yeah,
I've got like 30 of them.
Yeah, pretty much got them all.
Gotta collect them all.
Yeah.
R.A. Salvatore is probably like the direct inverse of George R.R. Martin, where it's just like George R.R. Martin cannot get a book out to save his life, and you just look at R.A. Salvatore's output and you're like, when does this dude sleep? It's like a book a year.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
And they're good.
You guys must have like $300 or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like they're good. They're not like rushed or anything.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm still on like the earlier ones. I've read up to the Legacy, which I think the 7th or 8th book.
Yeah.
I'm just after the Legacy. I don't remember the name of the next one, but it doesn't matter.
Painting some weird sort of, I don't even know what it's supposed to be. It's from the Magic the Gathering thing, but I just like it's cheap, so I'm painting it.
Actually, I've started trying to get back into Magic recently.
Oh yeah, I used to play back in the day, like way back in the day, but I actually played D&D first, and then I did some Magic the Gathering because my buddy was into it. I still have my cards around somewhere too, my old ones, but they're nothing. I don't think there's anything special in there.
You'd be surprised, depending on the card. Like, and I'm
I think I got like a couple that are worth like $30, but like the rest, there's no like $600 card or something weird like that.
Yeah, you've got some echo, Troy.
Oh, I do.
Like a lot.
I'm just trying because I got a thing on speaker. I don't have headphones out here, so. Sort of.
He thought you were holding a puppet, apparently.
Is it still doing it?
Yeah.
I was already about to say it, but there was someone in the chat mentioning it.
Say something.
Hello.
Oh.
Still hear it.
Yep.
Hello. Testing. I don't hear it now.
Do
Does that count for anything?
Yeah, it's gone apparently.
I think I heard murmurs of it, but it's definitely way quieter if it's there.
Yeah.
I just moved the thing away from the camera a little bit.
It is still there, but like it's much less. But you can move it a little further away.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, welcome to the
Put it in the other room, right?
How about now? Well, you got to talk. Or
Yeah, I was letting him talk and he was letting me talk. So
I had to burp, so I had to mute. I couldn't help you.
Makes sense. I'm trying to hear if it's still there. I still hear it, but it doesn't seem as loud. But then again, it didn't seem as loud before and then came back. So I'm not sure. I'm just continuing to talk to try and see if it comes back.
Yeah, there was very, very slight murmurs of it, but it should be fine now.
All right, I can turn it down a little bit. Just give me a second here, and I'll figure it out. And
We'll just start calling you Jared.
No, we don't have to go that far.
That should be pretty good right there, I think.
Yeah, it should be fine for now. If it gets to be a problem again, we'll let you know.
We'll just kick you out. It's fine.
Yeah. Banned.
I won't. I have no authority. I just joking.
Can't really paint with headphones on.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Challenge accepted.
Yep.
What else is there?
Melissa agrees it's better.
Oh yeah, Magic. The problem I'm running into is I haven't played in 5 years, so everything I have is basically modern rules. There's nothing I have that's standard.
Right.
Well,
no, I'd be totally lost, man. Like I played back in the age with the cards I had, and that was it.
Yeah, yours is probably would be vintage at this point.
Yeah, mine are like the second version I think that came out.
Oh yeah, that's in vintage.
Yeah.
Vintage rules, not necessarily like vintage as in vintage.
So I don't even know what the new rules are and like what all the cards do and that whole thing.
Yeah, when I was playing before, I ran Black White Exalted, which is just an ability where like you attack with one character and everything that has Exalted on the field pumps it up by 1.
Yeah.
So I got a creature that is like does absolutely nothing and it can't block shit, but it also can't be blocked at all. So you just swing and everything beefs it up, and it's impossible to do anything about.
There you go.
But yeah, it's.
Do you have like people that you're playing with, or?
I only went once
Oh, you went to like a board game store or
a card? No.
Card thing,
comic shop, a comic shop. But anyway, yeah, I was playing there, and it was just the casual Tuesday Magic. So I only have a little bit of time when it's Tuesdays, obviously because of this. But
yeah,
they do Modern tomorrow, so I'll probably just go tomorrow.
Guess you got to talk to Miles. He's the Magic guy for sure.
Yeah.
He can explain the ins and outs of the whole shebang, I think.
Yeah, I think it's like the same rules for the most part. It's just different cards, and they're built around different they're built around different effects, so like they play off each other.
Yeah. I mean, we used to just like kind of, do that ourselves, but now there's like, because there's such a huge online community, I'm sure around it. There's like, do this, do that, like, max effective, whatever. Everyone zoned out or what?
No, it's fine.
Okay, because I'm trying to concentrate, and this is.
You guys talking about Magic the Gathering? I lost interest.
Oh,
it happens.
Video games. What can we talk about?
Getting what's the troll vibe? What's that mean?
Nah, I was doing that in the group chat to be not rude, just in case they're not like intending to troll, but just a couple of guys talking Halo and stuff in the chat.
Oh,
like more being silly than being rude, so it's not a problem. But you have been requested to do a review of the Darth Vader helmet behind you, apparently, that I'm not seeing. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's my son's. I got it for him thrift shopping back in the day.
That's awesome. Is it like one of the voice changer ones, or just like a?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably got no battery in it right now.
Yeah.
Let me check.
I mean, that is as good as having the helmets and the glasses and the hats with the Google add-on, right?
I don't even know if it fits me. I don't think it fits my head.
Also, hey, I was in the chat.
Yeah, it doesn't fit my head. Thanks for a kid.
Yeah, I think I've got like one of the bigger versions of that because, of course, I do.
Yeah, I think it's dead. Buttons aren't doing anything.
Or that might be the same one I have. Like, is that like the full helmet?
Maybe it's yeah. Oh yeah, it looks like it's adjustable. I'm not really gonna get into it. I'm gonna knock my paints over doing that.
I actually do have that, I think.
Yeah. I don't know much about it, to tell you the truth. We used it a couple times. It was funny. My kid was wearing it around because his head, like tiny body, and a massive helmet on his head. So
yeah, we
laughed.
Yeah,
it was worth it. It was worth the $3.99 or whatever it was.
I spent more than that. I will leave it there. But not enough that I regret it, but just I could have gotten it cheaper.
I will echo your troll vibe. Because.
Yeah, but I think they're just being goofy.
Sure. We'll call him Goof.
Well, we've gotten much worse.
Oh, yeah, but this is usually where it starts out, and then it gets much worse.
Yeah. Guys, if you just want to be a little silly, don't mind. But if you're just gonna like get insulting and stuff like that, we'd rather you just leave. But if you just want to joke about it a little bit, that's perfectly fine.
I need to uninstall some damn games.
I'm really trying to come up with something to talk about all this Go on Kotaku. Maybe there's something I'm not really thinking about.
Did you see Joe's pickup?
Yeah.
I did not. What did he get?
Surprises. I don't want to ruin it for you. Stack of SNES games.
I've never gotten around to watching his stuff, so
he just started kind of doing some garage sale pickups.
Okay.
I like it. I like his expression though. While he's like showing off the last one, there he's just like
straight face.
I found this game. Like, okay, bud. I'd be crapping myself if I found that.
Okay, maybe I'll check it out.
Melissa watched it at lunch today with Eric.
I was like, man, why do you keep it a little drier or what? Like, you just find like a $200 game and you're like, oh yeah, and I found this too. Great.
That narrows it down slightly.
I'd like to find games, but my Value Village currently looks up every single NES card they get and prices accordingly. So
half people on eBay or half people on garage sales do that too now. Like,
it's ridiculous.
My EB has actually been fairly.
Why would you go to a thrift shop to pay retail prices? Like, what are they thinking?
Because they can get away with it. People still buy it.
Well, they've been sitting there. Like, they're a little bit underpriced. It's probably about. There's one that's like it's probably goes for about 80. They got it for like 50 something. Plus, you gotta add tax.
Yeah.
And in Ontario, that's 13%. So you're looking at, basically you're paying like $60 for a $70 game. But like, no one in their right mind's buying it. No one who doesn't know any better is buying it. Nobody who collects is gonna buy it from Value Village for that kind of price. You want to pay that price, just you're gonna go to the swap meet, do a little trading, get what you want.
Yeah, my Value Village has been pretty okay in terms of prices. Like, there's the occasional just stupid thing, but it's just in terms of like weird prices you see. I saw one in a pawn shop like a week or two ago, where I was looking through all the games in the cabinet, and it's a pawn shop, so like the cabinet stuff is just like where they put the games. It's not like anything like the super rare stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like that's just where they put them. It's not like any place of honor or anything. Like the ones that are like $4 that they just want to clearance, they put on a rack. But other than that, that's where the games are. So like stuff's like $5 to $10 for the most part. So it's like you see like $5, $6, $8, $4. And then 40, and then back to the rest, and it's like, what the fuck? And the kicker is the $40 game was the Amazing Spider-Man 2 on Xbox One.
That's weird.
It was, and maybe even weirder.
I don't know about that new Spider-Man game that came out like fairly recently. I don't know what it's still going for, but everybody said it's awesome. So
yeah, not that one. The one based on the worst movie.
Yeah, they don't know the difference, right? Like,
yeah, no.
When they're looking it up, they're not a game store. They're just going off of whatever pops up first.
But the funny thing is,
that's why they shouldn't
apparently
be doing it.
Actually what that game goes for on Xbox One.
Oh, really? Okay, well.
Yeah, depending on which system it's for, it goes anywhere from 10 to the 40 is the highest. But it was just funny to be like $5, $10, $5, 40, and then every other game is the same.
Like the other Value Village that I can't get anything at, they have good prices on pretty much all the stuff. They just put it out and like put like blanket prices on them that are cheap. But the one that's like the one that I can actually potentially even remotely find something at, yeah, forget about it.
Hey, Rose is in the chat.
Gone completely nuts.
Yay, Rose is back.
Because these guys go in there and tell them what they're looking for, man. So I'm just doing what I do. I don't let on to the VV people what I'm doing. These other guys are like, yo, we're here for video games. Like,
yeah.
Why don't you let them know that it's a popular thing? That's why they're doing that. I'm sure they could figure it out, but they don't need the assistance doing that.
I'm assuming I'm the one being requested to do Transformers reviews. I've got a few.
Was
Might as well. Like the Siege recent stuff. They might just be trolling me, but I don't care. I like the Soundwave. Is pretty decent. I'm not going to go in depth on any of them, but like the only complaint really is that he doesn't turn into the cassette tape. So, but it's a these are more like Cybertronian modes anyway, so that's fine. Starscream is fine. Like he's got a few issues, like the chest plate thing that'll just come off because the grip on them is really weak.
Is that a new version?
Yeah,
or?
these are like this year.
Oh, okay.
Like and this guy's a little bit of a cube. He just kind of rolls up, and the backpack folds out over him. But he's fairly decent beyond that. There's like some clever engineering bits on like the back of the legs. These will just fold in on a hinge to collapse and not leave a blank in the back. So like there's no gap in the back, and they'll just fold out of the way. And Shockwave. This guy is awesome and terrible at the same time because this armor is useless, the stuff that like beefs him up to beyond what he would normally look like, and it adds something like an extra $30.
Oh no.
So they like really tried to beef up the price on this guy, like by adding extra plastic bits. He does look cool with all the stuff on him.
I feel like buying Transformers is like not for kids anymore.
These ones aren't, but they have like their kids ones like Cyberverse and stuff like that, the simpler ones. But like these are more collector oriented, like nostalgia ones and higher detail. But like if you take off all the bits of this guy, he looks like he should, and he's about the size of a deluxe. Which, spoilers for my pickups, I actually got 2 more. So like this is a deluxe. This is Hound. So like you can see like with all the stuff on him, he's much taller. He's got his riser boots on. But like if you look at like just regularly, he's pretty much a similar height. Actually, no, it's like more like a Voyager, like what Optimus would be, for example. Just like think of the height scale you would want out of an Optimus Prime, and he's about that size. Oh, I'm such a nerd. Whatever.
Yeah, because we're all not nerds here. Nerds here. Right?
I know, but like, still Transformers. Anyway, but yeah, just for the sake of these pickups, Hound is pretty cool, and I also got Sideswipe.
I don't know enough about Transformers to like. I mean, I remember it as a kid, but that's about as far as I go.
Yeah.
And every single like movie is based on Bumblebee. That's all I know.
Yes and no. The new one that is just Bumblebee is actually the only good one.
Yeah.
Aside from the original 80s one, which, let's be honest, that's not very good either. It's fun as hell, but it's not very good. Since we don't really have anything else going on, do we want to just go into pickups since I just showed those?
All my pickups are upstairs, so that's kind of hard for me to do. But I can tell you what they are. If that helps.
I'll go grab
if you want to.
A whole lot.
I'll grab something. I don't remember what I have.
Or if you just want to do highlights.
The game room's coming along though.
Yeah,
but
Melissa, this is one of the few times I can't troll Eric with the Transformers.
So I need to do like a video for Too Many Games to see what people want me to. They want me to bring any of the stuff I've got to sell with me for trades or whatever. But because otherwise the stuff's going on eBay this summer.
Okay, pretty much good to go, Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll finish off with mine since I was going, but after that, just quickly, the one other non-gaming thing I have is the Volume 4 Deluxe Edition of the current Superman run, or previous run, I should say. But this has up to the end of this guy's run, Peter Tomasi, and a story from Action Comics 1000. So looking forward to reading that. I'm a little bit behind on Superman, but these are awesome to get. A little bit of a generic white spine, but at least they're uniform. Except for Green Arrow, because he had to be blue and different, and I hate him. But anyway, video games. Actually, no. One movie and then video games. I just grabbed the Wolverine for $4. The sticker's not accurate. But that pawn shop I mentioned earlier, I actually ended up picking some games up. All except for one, or Xbox One titles. Figured I'd fill out that collection a little more. You got Sunset Overdrive and Rise. These are just because they're exclusives. Wanted to have them for the shelf. And they're not terrible, but not like the highest ticket items either. Speaking of which, Battlefield Hardline. This was actually new for $5. I only got it because it's the last Visceral game. And I wouldn't mind trying it out, but not the biggest thing. And lots of common stuff. Just Arslan, Where's the Legend, which might become uncommon later because it's an anime that people just don't really hear of. And it's not really a looker as far as current gen games either. But Lords of the Fallen Complete Edition. This one I mildly am annoyed with because I like the game, but it's the Complete Edition, and the disc says Complete Edition, but the DLC is on a code. Thankfully it worked. But that's stupid. Why put Complete Edition on the disc if it's not on the damn disc?
Completely not Complete Edition.
Yeah, like, why print a new disc if you're not going to add anything to it? That's so dumb.
And then why call it complete when it's incomplete?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think the game companies don't understand the word complete anymore.
It's all a marketing term to them. That's all that matters. Will it make it sell more? Yes. Okay, good. That's
a somewhat older title, and most are doing fine now. And that'll come up later. But just to finish these out, Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Batman Arkham Knight. I already had this on PS4, but I'm switching mostly to Xbox One now for stuff. Unfortunately, that doesn't have an X-Enhanced mode, but it still probably runs better on that hardware. And Resident Evil 4. This is the third version of this I have. I should probably play it. And last one. Yeah, the last one I have is a PS4 game. I got the Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, which is actually a Complete Edition with the shit on the disc.
So it's complete. Like the actual word means complete.
Yes, actually Complete Edition.
Can they start writing actually Complete Edition if it's a real Complete Edition?
This is the full-on Complete Edition.
Really complete.
Like, games like Borderlands would definitely do that. Like, complete, like actually Complete Edition.
Yeah, like one of the games that don't take themselves too seriously. Those kind of.
Yeah, or All the Things Edition.
All the things.
Yeah, I would like that if someone just like video game All the Things Edition.
You have like different gradients of complete, like mildly complete, mostly complete.
Yeah, I actually have a game I'm still need to play called DLC Quest, where you like play the game, and in the game you unlock, like you pick up coins in order to buy the next level to play. So you have to keep buying things within the game with currency in the game. And it's kind of making fun of itself and making fun of DLC and games today. Still haven't played it though, but on Steam, of course.
I wonder what game has like the most expensive amount of DLC you can.
I've seen people do calculations for that. Can't remember what it was though. Troy just froze.
Yep, that's on brand.
He forgot to pay the DLC.
Yep.
For the Hangout.
Need that bandwidth add-on.
His face is great. Just mid talk. What was I? Okay.
It doesn't work when I present.
Okay.
Damn it. That's annoying.
What game has... This is Fandango. Most expensive DLC. 34,000 euro diamond, whatever the heck that word is, in Curiosity is the name of the game. I don't know. Train Simulator 2015 has a $3,000 DLC for everything. EVE Online, what? A $47 monocle?
Mm.
I think there was someone who did it for how to get, like, what does it cost to get all DLC in the game? Yeah, here's a Kotaku article about one game that has $3,000 worth of DLC if you bought it all on sale.
Yeah.
Train Simulator.
That oddly makes sense. Yeah, Troy dropped out.
Should I go through my stuff or not?
I'll just wait for him to get back in.
I just grabbed a random bunch of stuff that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks. I obviously haven't not been on this for quite a long time. So
yeah, just whatever you want.
Everything I picked up, but not going to do that.
Just waiting for Troy to load in.
Ooh. He's there, but not there.
Yeah, it's just his icon.
He's there twice.
I'm only seeing him once.
OS says that they update Train Simulator all the time, too. Oh, sorry, it's Lee. I saw Cartridge C and was thinking it was him for some reason. Stupid. OS says they add updates to Train Simulator all the time, so it's probably getting more and more expensive over time. And that's kind of a good thing that they keep supporting it and not making you buy a new version of the game every time.
Yeah, like certain sports titles.
Yeah, every sports title.
Yeah.
Nothing I picked up is cartridge based anyway. Troy's not even going to care.
And there he goes. So what am I waiting for this to load for? Getting out of here.
His internet wasn't reliable enough to let him connect again, maybe.
Yep.
Who knows?
We'll give it a second to see if he comes back on again, but if he doesn't come on in a minute, then just go ahead. Actually, you know what? Just screw it. Go ahead. You can see the video.
Like I said, he probably won't care anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
So I went to pick up this controller. It is the oh god, what's the name? It is the Phantom White Special Edition Xbox One controller, where it's like clear plastic at the top and painted white on the bottom.
Oh, nice.
So I got that for $40.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what the deal was there, but that makes sense.
Yeah, it looks kind of weird, but you can kind of see.
Yeah.
That way. It's transparent at the top. I really liked the black one, but this one came up used, and I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, white shows everything, but
it's Arctic White, or what's the name?
It's called Phantom White.
Okay, yeah, so it's like ethereal, like you can see through it. Okay.
Yeah. And then the guy that had that, he had only bought it a week before, and he had actually bought it to use with a new Oculus Go, as I had talked about earlier. So he then, I guess, probably needed money. I don't know why he didn't return to the store, but whatever, I'm happy. The Oculus Go sells at Best Buy right now. This is a 32 gig model, so this is an all-in-one VR headset that doesn't require a phone or a PC to connect to, and it sells at Best Buy for $269.99 right now, and I got it from the guy for $150. So my budget, as I've said on Dollar Dorks, has lots of extra money. Why not buy something? And a VR headset where you don't need to put a phone in or hook it up to a computer or a console. I thought I'd try one out because I've got every other type of VR headset, so why not? And a good deal was there, right? I went to the guy's house to buy the controller, and I said, hey, what were you looking for that, or would you consider an offer? And he's like, yeah, I mean, I just posted stuff today, and if you want to buy it, what do you want to do on it? I'm like, okay, would you take 150? He had it posted for 180, which is already a good deal. I had considered one that someone had at 200. I was going to offer him less, but yeah, extra money burning a hole in my pocket. Exactly, Melissa. So yeah, I just ran to the bank and grabbed money I needed anyway, and then grabbed that. Something I grabbed a couple weeks ago now. Where the hell is it? Oh, just a week. On the 13th, not even a week. Anyway, Def Jam Fight for New York to resell. I found that at Beat Goes On, actually, which is basically a used music store, but they also do video games and records and stuff. And they had it on their website. They have a huge wish list, have their inventory, and you can add games they don't currently have to a wish list, and they'll notify you by email at 3:00 in the morning if that comes in stock in any one of their stores in Ontario. And then you can have it shipped to your store for just $1, and then you can pick it up there, or you can get it shipped to yourself too. But so that was $15.81, and it sells for like $60. So I've got to get it listed.
I played the hell out of the demo for that.
Did you? I still haven't played it. I actually wanted to play it because it's desirable, and obviously there's a reason other than just limited quantity that makes it desirable.
It's just so weird to have like a rapper fighting game, but it's actually good.
Yeah, I remember playing one of the 50 Cent games at one time for like original Xbox, I think. And then another thing I picked up, this one was off of Facebook. Where is that? Yeah, Facebook. So I saw this person in my local neighborhood had an ad on Facebook saying like garage sale in my house, book for an appointment. And usually I don't bother with those, but I noticed they had a stack of games. And I think that I had seen in the in the description they wrote out that they had Rocksmith with the cable.
Cool.
And the cable itself sells for like anywhere from, I don't know, $30 to $60, basically. And the cable itself also works for PC, Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, and I think PS3. Yeah, PS3. It works for any one of those. And this came with the game for 360, and that was $10.
That's pretty cool.
And then she also had these just for resale. Oh, sorry, the Rocksmith. I'm gonna keep the cable, and my brother's buying the game digitally, which is on sale on PS4 for $15.99, which is the best price you're gonna get on it. So he's gonna use that and learn guitar. So Dark Souls, and they also had God of War Origins Collection sealed. Dark Souls is not, but this one is. And the two of them together, I got for another $5. So $15
that's awesome
for all three.
Really good deals.
Yeah, and they had other games, but there was nothing worth picking up.
Yeah,
because she was asking $5 a game, so I talked her down to 15 for everything. No, she was asking $3 a game. Yes, $3 a game.
Yeah. Is that all you're gonna show?
Yes, that is everything. Okay. Sorry, brain thinking.
Just didn't want to keep.
Yeah. No one wants to see me longer than they have to.
No, I just don't want to leave it on you if you don't want to.
Both are true. Yeah. What are you painting, Troy?
Probably still the same figure.
What's it called? Do you use them or not? I can't remember if you were actually playing with those figures, Troy.
What's that?
Are you actually playing with those figures? Like you actually play D&D, or are you using those for?
I'm just getting ready. I'm just getting ready for it. But yeah, I'm enjoying that aspect of the hobby just as much as playing. I've been playing second edition with MC Murr.
I think you mentioned it before, yeah.
Yeah, so we're playing that, but it's been on a little bit of a hiatus. He's been on like I don't know what I call it, like a massive like video game channel. Basically, he's been like posting stuff like every other day.
Oh,
so he's like all about that right now. So he's on a pretty tight schedule with a bunch of stuff. So that's what it is.
Gotcha. I do not know him. He's not local, right? You said you play online with him?
No, yeah, he's online kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, I've tried it. I told him about the Cartridge Club. I don't know why he hasn't joined us.
Hey, must stay in the chat.
Musty.
Discord tells me you're playing the Spyro collection.
I was gonna say, why no Musty in here? What the hell? We're not good enough for you?
Spyro takes priority.
He can play and be in here.
Yeah. Heard that's possible.
I've actually been wanting to play that. I got it from my mom a while ago, but I haven't touched it. She played the hell out of the first one, but didn't really get into the second or third one yet. She likes those games. It's just like one of the franchises she collects.
I have Spyro. I have to play with my kid too. I haven't done it yet. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, it's annoying that like it's only the first game on the disc, but at least it's just like one of those ones where you insert it and the other two download automatically. You don't need a code or some crap.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like could be better, but could be worse.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are really good games. So your kid really enjoying it is not surprising. Just don't get Enter the Dragonfly. Whatever you do, do not get that game. Or if you already have it, just don't play it. It's so bad and glitchy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it actually had some value to it, though.
Like, my mom really likes it because it's the first one she played, so she's got nostalgia for it, but we literally own multiple copies because one of them had a game-breaking glitch and the other one didn't.
Wow. It's like Greatest Hits fixed it or something, or what?
I don't even know.
Okay,
I think
no worries.
It's just one of those things like, it's such a hit or miss thing, you might as well flip a coin. It'll either work or it won't, whatever you're trying to do in the game. And it's like, and like, below all the glitches, it's like, fine. It's not even like up to the quality of the previous ones. That's after Insomniac was done making them. It was the first one that wasn't done by them. Okay. Not a great follow-up.
Yeah, it's funny because most of the Spyro games hold pretty decent value on the consoles.
Yeah, like
that one's not great. It's like $10 US.
Yeah. Like the most expensive one that I'm aware of is Dawn of the Dragon. I don't know if that varies by version, but I got the PS3 version for $4 at a pawn shop, so that was awesome. I think it goes for like 40 around.
Yeah, so I was trying to remember which one was the one that was valuable as well.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dragon. Yeah, it's currently PS2 version is complete's worth $30 on price starting, according to price starting.
Yeah, Musty, the PS1 games graphically have not aged the best. But they're simple stylistically, so like they're not the worst either. Hey, Sean. Yeah, I think like for the most part, the first three are really good, and the rest are fine or worse. The later ones, like the Dawn of the Dragon and all that,
or P1,
or at least, yeah, or at least the I'm not gonna bother, but at least the New Beginning, whatever that one is on PS2, has Elijah Wood as the voice of Spyro. And I think, at least in the first one, I think it's different in all three games in that new trilogy, but the Dragonfly is voiced by David Spade. So weird.
That's weird.
Yeah. But it's like different people, and they don't even sound remotely similar each time. It's like, crap, I gotta look that up now because I'm curious.
Did you say you had Dawn of the Dragon on PS3?
Yeah.
Because that one's worth $47 on US on price charting. Complete.
Yeah, it
looks like it's the most valuable one.
Yeah.
What? Most valuable one.
Yeah, it's the Legend of Spyro trilogy. I couldn't remember what they were doing there. But Gary Oldman's in that as well. as I don't even know. Ignitus. I don't even know how prominent that character is.
Bust out big bucks for all the actors.
Also, it's Cree Summer, but I'm not familiar with them.
Cree Summer is a voice actress.
Okay. She does the voice of Cinder.
I believe she's one of the ones from Rugrats, if I remember correctly, but I could be confusing her with someone else.
I can look.
Nope, she is Rugrats. Yep.
Okie dokie.
What's the girl's name that she voiced?
Nope, that's not the page I want.
You'd recognize her voice if you heard it for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure I would.
I hear her and stuff to this day. Susie, I think it shows us who she voiced. I don't remember the name though. She also did a voice in the 1994 Sonic the Hedgehog. She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so for the second game, Elijah Wood and Gary Oldman and a couple others came back, but Sparks, the Dragonfly, is voiced by Billy West.
Okay.
In the second one.
Billy West, yep.
And in Dawn of the Dragon, it is Wayne Brady. Yep.
You could have. I could have been guessing
Billy
forever.
West and Wayne Brady totally sound similar. Like Sparks sounds different in all three games.
Yeah. Not Angelica, P1. Not Angelica. And I think she showed up in later seasons. The girl that she voiced.
And of course, Mark Hamill's in the third one as well. Probably is a new character. But it's like all these voice actors for horrible games. Or mediocre, I should say. Yeah, Wayne Brady voices the Dragonfly in the third one.
It's pretty priceless.
Yeah, just like throw a name at the dartboard.
Yeah, no, never would have. Even if you had said a guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway, he probably would have been the last one I guessed. Just gonna be like, no way. Really?
Yeah. It's like you thought David Spade and Elijah Wood were weird. Here's Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
September, my wife and I are actually going to see Whose Line Is It Anyway live, known as Who's Live Anyway. Yeah. Wayne Brady is not in the cast because he's too big now. Hot shot.
Which really says something about the rest of the cast. But yeah, I think the only one that I've just never touched is Hero's Tale. So aside from that one, I'd say the original 3, thumbs up. The other ones, if you find them for cheap.
I find them for cheap and then sell them.
Yeah.
It helps.
Unlike Enter the Dragonfly, they don't have game-breaking bugs, but they're just not that great anyway. Okay, I'm gonna go get some more water. Be right back.
I was just blow drying something.
What's that?
I was just blow drying some paint. It makes it dry fast.
Yeah. With heat or no heat?
Yeah, heat.
Okay.
I mean, it's just I'm just using a hair dryer. So.
Do you have your own or are you using your wife's?
No, I found one at thrift shop.
Okay. That makes sense.
One I used.
I was gonna say you can get those little travel ones. So.
Yeah.
My mother's a hairdresser, so I've seen lots of blow dryers. Like she used to sell them in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back.
And we're back, right?
Indeed.
Line.
Oh, not a lot of people joining us tonight.
Yeah. More than last week, but still not a ton of people tonight.
P1, I know guaranteed way not to see it. Uninstall Twitter app and never use Twitter again. That's the only way. He doesn't want to see other people's liked or followed tweets.
Oh, okay.
That's the only way to do it, because Twitter's forcing it down everybody's throat. Because they realized it gets them more exposure, more views, more likes, more follows, everything. It's exactly like YouTube and having you not see all the people you're subscribed to stuff in your feed, instead seeing new stuff, right?
Yeah, like I was seeing people having problems with like where it was showing you like the best tweets
oh,
first.
God, yeah.
But that's fairly easy to switch away from, actually.
Yeah, except it keeps switching back on me.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only problem.
Pain in my ass.
Well, Facebook drives me nuts because I'm looking at something and then I go to look at something else and then I go back and it's gone.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you already saw that. You'll never need it again.
Yeah.
Move on to the next thing.
Like, it's supposed to be a freaking stream of things. Like, so just keep them in order.
Nope, never.
No, this is content. We have to curate it.
Yep.
Like, I will figure out what I want to look at and what I won't. I can just scroll through. If I don't like it, I'll scroll past it, but don't move stuff around. And then it's like something I posted like a long time ago comes back up. Like, I don't want to look at this again. Why are you picking that?
Speaking of weird shit.
Too many logical questions. Too many logical questions.
Oh, they have their reasons. You just won't like the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten like sorry to cut you guys off, but like have you ever gotten like one of those promoted tweets that you just look at it and you're like, why in the actual hell are you showing me this?
Yeah.
Well, I got one from Pinterest. It was like yesterday and it said like what was it? Like cute summer outfits. I'm like, why would you even think?
But Troy, just think how nice you'd look in that cute summer.
You know what I look up on Pinterest? Dungeons and Dragons and video games. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't
because they're tracking your IP address and your wife is their target.
This one they may have just algorithmed off my last name being Fernandez, but they showed a tweet for Bingo Loco.
Nice.
In Vancouver. At least they got the general location right.
Oh, don't worry, they know where you live.
but it's like we are bringing Ireland's #1 bingo rave to your lovely city. And it's like, what in the hell?
Wow.
Firstly, I did not know bingo rave was
so many words I never expected to go together.
Yeah, it's like, why are you showing me this? How old do you think I am? And is that racist?
It's a great combination there.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Netflix recommendations. Oz mentions it's like they really want me to watch Gilmore Girls. There's absolutely nothing connecting those dots. But they really want me to watch it. Like maybe Riverdale. I can see that. But the before and still, that is just in my list. It will not go anywhere.
Maybe it's just like looking at other things and going like, you need this in your life.
It would
if
be
nothing else, you need this in your life. This will complete you. Watch the Gilmore Girls.
My wife's seen it enough times for both of us. She's watched that entire series at least 3 times.
Yeah, my wife likes that show.
Probably many more. It's a good thing we didn't get your wife and my wife talking about that show when I was over.
Oh, were they?
No, it's a good thing we didn't.
Oh, it might go on forever. I mean, I think she watched it. I don't know, like she watched every single episode of it. Okay. I'm sure she might have.
I was going to say, it could have gave excuse for us to hang out more, though, but...
They could binge watch Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, exactly. My wife would definitely come over to watch that.
I don't have a good response to Sean's comment. Unfortunately, he says, "Seriously though, when's bingo?" It's like I wish I had a good reply to that, but At least I can say like the funniest part is I have legit just never learned the rules of bingo. I have never bothered to care. I have just never.
How?
It's pretty not complicated.
I would assume so, but that just shows you how little
we're
I give a
firing
damn.
up some bingo online. What's the easiest online bingo site that we can all join a chat room in, or join a room together in?
Yeah. Yeah, get a bingo channel going in the Discord and dedicate it to the memory of the chess channel.
I forgot there was a chess channel.
Yep, exactly.
There is a website called Bingo Canada, and I remember we're all Canadian here. Yeah, it doesn't look like what we want. Looks like a terrible, terrible site.
Yeah, that was the thing, but like, I think you came in after that had already been purged.
Didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Yahoo used to have games you could just go on and play together any game you wanted? Pretty sure they killed Yahoo Games.
Probably. It's so odd that like the web browser games were such a prominent thing at the time, and now they're just nothing. And I think the only game that like ever actually like graduated out of that is Trials. Like that's the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that's like it became an actual video game and is still going strong.
There are some others I had heard of, but now I can't remember what it was. I had been listening to the podcast Humans Who Make Games with Adam Conover, and he interviewed some people who were indie developers, and they had talked about how their games had started with Flash games.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember who it was, but it was definitely games you'd know. Damn.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of this one that I used to play all the time, but it was just like it had like one musical track, and it was just like this helicopter shooting game. And by helicopter shooter, I mean you are a soldier guy running across the bottom of the screen shooting at helicopters. There's just like these progressing waves of helicopters. It was really simple, but good to kill time in school.
Trying to remember which developer it was, so I can remember.
If anyone in the chat has any others that they know like progressed beyond Flash into like more mainstream gaming that they can think of, I am genuinely curious. Because it would be so odd if Trials is just the only one.
So I'm pretty sure it was Derek Yu, who's a developer of Spelunky, and whatever, some other games I don't know, but that's obviously his most popular one. Pretty sure he had said he created games for Congregate, and maybe Spelunky was actually somehow a spin-off of that, or he met the second developer of Spelunky through it.
Actually, Spelunky definitely feels like it could have come out of Flash games. That's not a commentary on the quality of the thing. It's just like it has that kind of feel to it. Like it definitely feels like that could have been its origin point.
Angry Birds, yeah, that's a good point. From Oaz.
I had to stop with phone games, man. It's just too much. Too demanding. Like, come back at this time and do this and do that, and you're just like, okay, I can't do this.
Yeah, I really wish Elder Scrolls. I really wish Elder Scrolls was actually good.
I think the games I'm thinking of, or the developer I'm thinking of, is the guy who made Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy. A lot of that came from Congregate, and I think Super Meat Boy might have been originally a Flash concept. I'm pretty sure he said, and might have been like early versions on Congregate. But
yeah, honestly, I could see a lot of indie games coming out of that. Actually,
yeah,
like maybe not the franchise, but like just kind of influence and carrying that forward. Some of them do still have that feel to them. Not necessarily a commentary on the quality of it, but they like the motion that those had, where it was like floaty but not really. Like the certain way that characters move through the screen.
Yeah. in Flash, basically.
Yeah. Like the one that came to mind is Rogue Legacy. That one's not like that's not bad, but like it has that kind of character motion that you would get in those games. I feel like
I still want to find a site that's easy to set up a bingo game, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Looks like there's a lot on cell phones as well, but then they're usually either Apple or Android specific, which is crappy.
You know what phone game franchise I would love to see make the jump to consoles? Like, just in general, like, they've put one game on Switch, but I would love to see The Room, like, have a bigger entry on console.
Oh, I've played The Room on PC. Where the hell is it? I don't remember where I played it. If I haven't played it on Steam. Yeah,
but it still feels like a phone game, or a very simple adventure game.
I thought I had played a better looking one. I thought it was part of the Room series, but maybe it was just a spin-off made by someone else.
Oh, there's like 4 or 5 of them, and they get progressively better. I haven't played the newest one, which irks me, because I just haven't gotten around to it. But I love that, like, kind of puzzle box gameplay.
Yeah, so there is The Room on Steam.
Yeah, like, I knew there's at least one on
it's
PC.
Like all 3D detailed.
Yeah, but it's like the same thing. You know what I mean? It's not like there's nothing added to it.
Well, I also have escape room games in VR. I have a couple of those.
Yeah. I just like the intricate puzzle boxes they build in those. Like,
did you try that?
The puzzles are really cool looking.
Okay. Did you try that PSVR puzzle game where your hands are stuck?
Oh, that looked cool, actually.
Yeah, I tried playing it. The name is something like Static, but spelled different or something weird like that. But I tried playing the demo, and I'm like, I don't know what the next step is, and I just gave up at one point.
Yeah, but I think that's really clever, whatever that game is. Just because it's like you're using the controller, and it's like that's where your hands would be, so it just kind of traps you there. So it kind of just kind of plays with what it has to work with in a clever way. And
it uses the controls cleverly as well. Each thing kind of makes sense the way you do it. But, sadly, I did not progress very well in it.
Let me see if that's probably a fairly recent release on PlayStation, so I'll go to that site and see if I can find it. Or I can just look up recent VR releases, but I'll try PlayStation first. Static. Statik.
Yeah, I thought it was something like
from that. Musty said that, so.
Yep. So I found a bingo game where you go on your website, or you go to on your phone to a website to join, just like Jackbox, which would be kind of cool. But it looks like you might need to stream the main board that calls out the numbers or something.
For what it's worth, that Static game is 35% off on PlayStation right now, through Plus, I think. So Canadian it would be $17.54, less than that US. But Musty mentioned wanting to grab that, so I figured I'd mention it. I don't know what the US price would be, but less than that. Let's see if I can just type US into the URL. Yeah, that worked. It's $13. The disparity between Canadian and US prices are irksome. Anyway, hey, Musty.
Hello.
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 How's it going?
Good. I'm back. Vacation's over.
How was it?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Not having to set an alarm for 10 days straight does wonders to your mood.
Did your son wake up early? Was he with you guys?
There were some days that he and I both slept until like 8:30.
That would be blissful.
Yeah. I mean, like he, because we were at the beach for 4 days. Like we went to North Carolina. I didn't really, I like kept myself to like a tweet a day, so I really didn't get into a lot of detail. But yeah, so in North Carolina because I have my wife's family or her sister and brother-in-law live there, and so we got there on Saturday. Basically hung out Saturday and Sunday, and then drove to the beach from there, which was like a 2-hour drive. Monday through Thursday, saved some jellyfish, and we made a big sandcastle that looked like a sleeping dragon. It was a good time. He had a blast. There were like tide pools and stuff, so we set our stuff back far enough that at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like the tide would come in far enough to make these tide pools for the kids, and it was great. I saw some dolphins while I was out in the water, which was for a moment was terrifying.
I see a fin.
It's exactly what it was. Like it was far enough away that I was like, I could turn and sprint if I needed to. I wasn't like swimming. I was like maybe waist high. Okay. But I was like 50 feet out, and another 50 feet from me, I saw a shadow, and I was like, "Oh God, what's that?" And then I stared some more, and I saw one fin, and then I saw 2 more. But they were curved, and they were riding the waves. Like they were like if you've been to the beach, there's like that. That
is the moment when I would say I shouldn't have left my house. I'm never traveling again.
Well, at that point, I realized they were playing, and sharks are not pack hunters, so I was like, okay. And then I was like, hey, you know what? They're dolphins too, which means that they would take out any sharks that were in the area, anyways. So
yeah.
But then after that, I felt kind of spooked, and I was like manufacturing like corner of my eyes, like my brain was playing tricks on me.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, I think I'm done. Like, but it was cool. I haven't looked at one point I set my GoPro up, like I attached it to the umbrella and just had it facing out at the water. I don't know what I caught on that yet. I haven't looked at the video. But that moment when I realized that there were dolphins in the water, I just don't know.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I don't know if you can tell. I know I started pointing at stuff. So, because at that point I wasn't sure. So I was just like, I'm keeping my frame of reference point here so that I know what it is that I'm looking at. So, but yeah, nah, it was a good time. Oh, and then Thursday I got to go to a playoff hockey game, which did not go the way that I had hoped that it would go. Only because the team I was there to root for got swept. Elimination games are no fun. And then we did a baseball game on Friday. Kid got to run against the mascot between innings, like around the bases, which was fun. I hope that he doesn't expect that every time we go to a baseball game now, because it's not going to happen. And then I caught I didn't catch a foul ball. I got a foul ball on the bounce.
See, in the back of the head.
Yeah, no, like it bounced like down my row, and there was nobody there, so I had enough time to go get it. And so again, I was like, don't expect this every time, but like it all worked out really well. There were fireworks, and
don't expect this every time.
Right. Well, the fireworks so far, like every game we've been to has had fireworks.
Oh, interesting.
The one that we went to, because we went to it's the Durham Bulls. So if you've ever seen that baseball movie, Bull Durham, it's the same team. That's a Costner movie from the 80s, I think.
I mean, just by that description, it sounds like we're going to hear about it in Fandango in a year.
That's right. Have they done baseball movies yet?
I don't think so, but you've started something already.
There we go.
Leave Their Own. What's If You Build It, They Will Come.
Oh, that was the Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, yeah.
They got to do Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. But I was back to work today, so I took yesterday off. Got back to streaming last night, and I'm gonna finish Shenmue tomorrow night.
I missed your stream.
Thank God. Not trying to be a jerk about it, but it's not my best friend right now.
So I find those sailors and get it over.
What's that, Troy? I didn't hear what you said.
You're not enjoying it, I take it?
It is, and I'll try not to like spoil too much of my opinion here because it's going to be an interesting show. Because I know that it is way up there on Ryan's list. But the way Ryan feels about turn-based RPGs is about how I feel about this game. There's some stuff that I feel like at 20 years ago was like, I can understand why people were like, wow, that's awesome. Now I have some 2019 beefs with it. Let's say that. And I'll save the rest for the show.
All right.
Have you played any of the Yakuza titles?
Have not. I have a feeling that if they have modernized some of the things that maybe Shenmue started, that it might be more my speed.
Yeah,
but
they're more beat 'em ups, I would say. In terms of the moment to moment fighting.
Yeah.
I don't remember any quick time events, at least not in stuff that's not just goofy moments, where you have to take a cell phone picture of something that's happening.
Okay.
It is one of the side quests. The side quests get goofy as hell. The dichotomy in the Yakuza games is great because it's dead serious mobster drama. And then you're looking for cats in the red light district, specifically one that has a marking on its back that looks like Italy.
Okay.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
that's the kind of weird you can expect.
But do you have to ask every single NPC about that cat? And do all of them say the same thing?
I think they say different stuff, and I think you only have to ask a few.
There you go.
Yeah. Look up reviews of it. It's an interesting series.
I'll have to take a look. Yeah.
Ryan would disagree, but I would say that's a spiritual successor.
Oh, I think there's others who would agree with that statement.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Just not Ryan.
Just not Ryan.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about a life simulator, because that's basically what it feels like. Like there's some just disconnect, I think, from, and I'm not trying to discourage anyone from playing it. So I hope
it's really cool for the time.
Oh, at the time, I totally get how much it builds the world and just kind of says, here, these things that you could never do in a game before, now you can do it.
Yeah, it wasn't the most favorite thing in the world for me to do, but I spent that first hour of that game opening drawers and shit in that house.
Yeah, see, I barely bothered doing that. I'm like trying to move on. Like for someone, and I'm going to say this line now, and I'll probably say this line again next week. Yeah, we'll record next week. What I for somebody who's so hell-bent on tracking down the murderer of his father, he sure takes a lot of time to smell the roses and to not be focused on his mission. And it feels out of character considering how laser focused he is at points in the game. But yes, we are playing Uncharted next month. Uncharted 2 next month. Arkham City in July, Chrono Trigger in August, and then to be announced to pretty soon. We'll have September. In fact, I think Ryan and I are planning something to announce the first half of next season. So
sounds like an advertisement all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I would say the like out of character nature of like the side quest versus story isn't as prominent in Yakuza, just because you see them do goofy shit in the story occasionally. Or like they'll just do stuff that's like in one of the games, it starts off like, this is just a very mild spoiler, and it's like the third or fourth one, so you wouldn't get to it for a while anyway. But like
I won't even remember what it is.
Exactly.
Probably,
it's just like a little sight gag where like Kiryu, the main character, is in the kitchen chopping onions and just really stone-faced trying not to cry. It's like really like ugh, like just chopping really seriously. Like he is gung-ho about not letting the onions beat him.
See, and maybe if there was more expression on some of the faces, maybe some of that. Like I'm playing the remaster, and it's very clear that all they did was like up-res the faces. Like they didn't like.
It's still impressive, but yeah, it's dated.
Yeah, they didn't go full on RE2 remake on this. They did a graphical boost, probably tinkered with. There's some fast travel, as I understand, which has been helpful, but doesn't happen all the time.
Actually, another alternative. Sorry if I'm cutting you off.
No, you're not.
Another alternative to Yakuza that's not as much of like I'm jumping into like this massive franchise thing. There's a game from the same developer coming out, and it's in the same city too. It's not connected to Yakuza, but it's in the same city. It's Judgment, or Judge Eyes, if you've ever seen that. Maybe you could try that one. Like that's got some different stuff to it. It's kind of like there might be some Ace Attorney bits to it because you are a lawyer or like a former lawyer that is like investigating stuff now. Like you were a lawyer, but now you wear a leather jacket. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I mean, how long does a facial scar take to heal? Like seriously. Their facial. He's still got that Band-Aid on. It's just, come on, man. No, I know there are some people who are going to roll right into playing 2, and more power to them. But had I played it 20 years ago, I may have entirely different feelings about it. But like, to me, I feel like some of those nostalgia goggles are thick. Like
it's kind of like going back and watching a classic movie, where sometimes it's just the case of you can appreciate the artistry of it and how important it was for the time, but it's just not grabbing you.
Yeah. Nice, Derek.
I was gonna use a different word other than cat, but I decided not to.
Yeah, it's probably good to not go there.
Yeah, I'm not touching that one.
Yeah,
I wouldn't touch it if I found it in the red light district either.
But yeah, like there's some stuff, like some interactions with his girlfriend. Like there's some stuff that happened in the stream last night, and I'm just like, are you serious? Like I was really like bothered by it in the moment. I mean, I'm still bothered by it right now. I'm interested to see if that changes at all, because it's like I get it, man, but that's funny. And maybe he is a big Nelly fan. Country grammar and all that. Well, yeah, there's Melissa, there's the park bench scene, and there is a scene that I think Eric hasn't gotten to yet. That, and I'm interested to see if maybe the thing that I came across happens differently. But I have a feeling that it won't. I don't know.
In a way, I wish I played this game just so I could complain about it.
Nah.
I still want to play it. I still want to play it for the history value, but like, I only played like the first couple hours, not counting the hour that I spent just looking through drawers of crap. Live show is next week, right?
Yes. Sorry, we just coordinated today, so we are planning on Thursday the 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay. I was mostly asking for Sean, but it's good to know that's not.
But yeah, I hadn't mentioned that to him yet, but we just tried to figure that out today. You know, come back from vacation and I'm like, okay, now we got to get cracking on this stuff. Like, you know, Travis and I were talking about C3 stuff and like who we're gonna have doing what on Monday and that kind of thing. The guests. Okay, I guess I'll drop all the info right now.
Might as well.
The guests right now. We picked somebody who has a lot of Yakuza experience, and that is Miles. Yeah. We have somebody who is the probably biggest fan of this console that this was released on. So Mike from the Retro Electors is going to be a guest. And then the other biggest Sega fan that I know is going to be on there as well. So Eric as well. So
Nice.
Miles, Eric, and Mike.
I haven't played the game, but I'll definitely listen to that.
Yeah,
or watch it, I should say.
I think
Mike's getting involved too.
Yeah, well, I don't know that he's never been on a show.
No,
he is not. So we went with 3 this time because there was a high demand to be on this one. At one point, we thought we would have 4, but we were worried we wouldn't have enough cool forklift stories for the 4 of us to talk about. I have to tell you, the forklift stuff has been the most fun I've been having with the game.
Yeah, and at that point, you're just better off playing the forklift vehicle in one of those Sonic racing games.
Well, and I have transformed. I've only popped it in like once, but I thought about it.
That GIF in your tweet got me Googling YouTube videos for forklift tricks.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Wasted a little bit of time doing that, but
yeah, I wanted something, and there's not a whole lot of Shenmue GIFs. It's just
I wonder why.
Well, like there's one on there where he like very, very nonchalantly kicks a guy in the head, which is kind of funny.
I would imagine it's like forklifts, sailors, and you would have some difficulty past that.
I really hope. I hope it's not just nostalgia goggles that these people like the game for.
Oh, there's definitely stuff in it, just from what little I played, even to enjoy in there. But it's going to be much harder for someone to like get past the other stuff in it. And playing it now.
No, I mean, last month we had somebody who really dug in their heels and stuck to their guns, and I appreciate that. If you haven't listened to the Zelda 2 episode, here's my shameless plug to listen to that episode. But
I can't listen to that.
Why not?
The game does not interest me at all.
Zelda 2?
Zelda games barely interest me at all. Just Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time. It's the only ones I've ever had any interest in.
Oh no, Sean says he caved. He was smitten with Michael B. That's been good. We've had... Oh, I do need to line up our Chrono Trigger guests.
That's going to have some heavy competition.
I have some ideas.
Back to Zelda for a second. Derek, have you tried Wind Waker?
Yeah, I mean, I played 2 hours of it, maybe. That's it.
GameCube or Wii U?
Wii U.
Okay.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, I was in some, I don't remember, I got on the boat and then went to an island with like a castle, snuck around the castle, got bored. I played with my kid watching and he loved watching, but it's just not a game that I enjoy spending time in.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'd try it again sometime, but I just know that I would rather do things my own way. More of what Breath of the Wild allows, where it's like, I don't want to do that right now. I'd rather go do this, or I'd rather work on this before I go do that, or level up or whatever the hell else to make it easier.
Yeah, Wind Waker is definitely more linear, like the other ones are.
And it also frustrated me several times with like, really, that should have worked. This logic did not. I didn't enjoy that some of the stuff. Yeah.
But whenever Zelda comes up, it's either me or Melissa or both that have to mention Wind Waker.
Yeah, no, I think you guys, especially Melissa, mentioning it and plus finding a good deal is why I actually picked up Wind Waker.
Yeah. I mean, if Wind Waker's ever a show, you know who to call.
If I ever had to do a video game purge, it would be one of the first ones to go from Wii U.
That's fine. I like it, but I can see issues with it.
Yeah. No, there's some people out there who.
But not my kind of game to begin with, right? I don't really like anything RPG like, and it's action RPG, right? Like.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah. I got it for $10. No, that's the wrong one. $20. But that was in 2017.
My wife played through Onset or the Outset Island, like the tutorial level, really. After seeing Symphony of the Goddesses. So we went to see that. She knew Zelda was a thing, but she hadn't played the game, hadn't played any of them at all, and she's like that one stuck out to me visually, and she's like, I like it. I think he's cute. And so I was like, well, here, let's have you give it a try. And that was a year and a half ago. So yeah.
I'll echo Sean's recommendation of Gunman Clive. Those are good games.
It's on Steam for $2.19.
There you go.
Sounds about right.
Because I need another Steam game.
It's kind of like Mega Man-ish.
Yeah, that's another one of those that like almost looks like a Flash game.
Yeah, it really, really does. Oh, the animation's almost Cuphead-like,
A little bit.
It's got that frame rate thing that's kind of like a hand-drawn,
like a film grain kind of thing going. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a unique style to it. Crap, I'm gonna rebuy that on friggin' Switch now, aren't I? I think I bought it on 3DS, and then I bought it on Wii U. God damn it. I'm gonna grab my Switch and see if that's still on sale.
Yeah, that's what I'm heading to right now, actually. On my PC, though. Because I'd rather have it on Steam, but... games? Telling me I can't search the Steam or the store for... No, maybe it's just not there.
It may have even only been the first one that I got on 3DS. I don't know if I've actually played the second one. This is the everyone just looks at the eShop segment.
No, well, yeah. I wanted to let you guys continue to have your talk about Gunman Clive because I have a topic that was just something I was going to gush about for a second, but I didn't want to get in the way of your frantic Googling.
So they're both on Steam. I didn't think they were, but they are. Like I didn't see the second one, and all of a sudden, there it is. It didn't come up in a search, but on the eShop for Nintendo on the website, I'm not seeing it come up at all, which is kind of
frustrating. I should just search it. Ooh,
I searched it on the store, but
Owlboy is $16 Canadian, so it's probably like 12 or 10 US. I've been waiting out to get a physical edition of that, but yeah.
Steven
wow.
Chimes in with his thoughts.
Random muscle memory kicking in. I pulled up the keyboard on the Switch, and I went like that to try and grab the stylus.
It's funny because when you held up the stylus, I pictured you grabbing. Sorry, when you held up the screen, I pictured you pulling the stylus. My son was playing Wii U today, so
yeah, like it's not even for that. I have that muscle memory from a good console, the 3DS, on the DS. But
yeah, I never played that much 3DS. DS Lite I did.
I've never done that on Switch. I just did that for the first time.
It sounds like Steven's done trying to push people to play Apex, right? Minecraft now.
For now?
For now, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, seriously.
Anyway.
So the thing that I was going to comment about was the Entertainment Weekly article and other deeper interviews about the new Dark Crystal that's coming in August. There's a release date for it, and I'm excited. Does anyone remotely care about the Dark Crystal?
I've been wanting to watch it for a long time, but I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so good.
No. Zero interest in it.
Okay.
That's probably streaming somewhere. I should watch that.
It used to be on Netflix. I don't know about .ca. I have a feeling that they would be smart to have the original out.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, right? That would make sense.
Prior to it, at least we know they own the license.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix. Good.
Good.
Yeah, like it's like Jim Henson does a like intense it's wild. It's wild. I don't want to say too much because I may have nostalgia goggles right now, but they announced like the whole voice cast or a lot of the big names in the voice cast for the for this what will be a prequel and is a 10-episode prequel run. But they haven't said like how far before the movie it is yet. And I kind of don't want to know, like, if it just like butts right up against the movie, then that might not be ideal. Or, but yeah, Dark Crystal and Labyrinth like were like significant portions of my childhood and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah. I've seen Labyrinth, so that is something in my defense.
Oh,
I don't really remember Labyrinth. I do enjoy Dark Crystal though.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like the strangest thing when I was a kid. Like it's so different from other movies.
Yeah, it's real cool. And then no, in Labyrinth, those orange monsters that start ripping their limbs off and stuff.
Spoilers.
That was a how quickly can I run to the screen and turn this off? Like freak me out kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like I can't deal with this right now. I look at it now and it's like, wow, that like it's kind of eerie, but it's not terrifying like it was for me when I was younger. But yes, so this new show is going to be Netflix only, as I understand. Oaz was asking.
Is it a show or movie?
It said sequel, I'm pretty sure.
For Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
It is a prequel series.
Huh.
It is a 10-episode series.
Interesting.
Yes.
I thought it was a movie.
Nope. But like some of the names that are attached to it, I want to pull this up because I was like, "Are you for real? Like this is great."
Yeah. While you're pulling that up, I did find Gunman Clive on the Switch. It's not on sale, but it is $5 Canadian. So it's like, screw it, I'll just buy it.
I thought it was just $3.99. Oh, that might be US price. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's worth $5 for the two.
I'm buying it on Steam because Steam.
Sure.
Whatever
you want to do, obviously.
Yeah, they're on the same price anyway, I think. Or definitely not I think.
Main three characters are Taron Egerton, who's the guy who's playing Elton John in that biopic that is like just coming out right now. I don't know who Anya Taylor-Joy is, but Natalie Emmanuel was Missandei from Game of Thrones. And then some of the other names are Andy Samberg, Helena Bonham Carter, Alicia Vikander, Natalie Dormer, Eddie Izzard, Toby Jones, Mark Hamill.
One name. Oh, there's Simon
Keegan.
Pegg.
Yeah.
Simon Pegg too.
Simon Pegg. Yep. Yeah.
Andy Samberg, I recognize Saturday Night Live.
But yeah. Some of these like screenshots they put out today, I was just like, I am in. Like, thank you. Looks awesome. Yeah, 10 episode series. So I don't know if that means that it will just be a one and done type thing, or if they'll leave a hook for them to string another one in there, or maybe they'll do another. Okay, bye, Melissa. Have a good night. Because this one's got a suffix to it, right? It's Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. So I wonder if they could do a different story in the same universe and Majora's Mask.
Prequel, so do a sequel afterward, right?
Potentially. Potentially. For the sake of the movie, I won't movie spoilers from a movie that is almost 40 years old at this point.
Spoiler.
Right. Like that movie came out in 1982. Like,
yeah, but in '82, nobody spoiled it for me before I could watch it.
There's also that.
And I didn't watch it.
Have you guys ever seen this really old movie, The Dark Crystal?
'82. It must have been like after that. So
I feel like that's the line that like Spider-Man says in the Marvel movies nowadays.
That was the joke, yeah.
That's exactly what you're going for? Okay.
Yep. That was the exact joke. But I guess since you kind of alluded to an actor from it and we're making spoiler jokes, we can just do general thoughts, obviously, but especially since Troy hasn't seen it, but I don't think he cares anyway. Game of Thrones.
No, you can't spoil it for me because I
we're not. We won't go into it, but
just like general thoughts, if you want to.
Well, so I was on vacation while both episodes came out, 5 and 6. So I had to. I had a whole week to kind of digest it without being connected to a bunch of other like outraged people.
Mm-hmm.
So my opinions on episode 5 got better over the week. There were still some things that I was I felt like if they were going to go for the popcorn ending, they could have gone in another route that would have been more fun.
Yeah. Troy, your echoes
did
back.
somebody wake up and it was all a dream?
No, but they were alluding to some of that, like that could happen.
Yeah, and some people wish that was the case.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Like for all things considered.
I think for what they did with the finale, and considering how big of a cast and how many loose ends you have, like it would have been very, very difficult to give an all-encompassing, fulfilling ending for every single character, you are bound to disappoint somebody.
Yeah,
or maybe even large,
especially with like the truncated seasons.
That is my biggest issue.
Yeah,
is that they could have done season 7 and 8 as 10-episode runs,
as they normally did before,
and the pacing could have been right, and they could have taken the time to breathe. They could have just they could have done the things that made the first 5+ seasons great.
Yeah. But the weird thing is they did take time to breathe, just in the wrong places.
Yeah.
It's like I don't mind like expanded shots to like really get the weight of something, but it's like, Jesus Christ, you're just beating me over the head at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Monday morning, like obviously everyone had their snap judgments, and it sounds like some people had things, some people who didn't take the time to watch it that night had some things ruined for them because that's just how things work nowadays.
Oh,
right?
People were just progressively giving less of a fuck week to week about spoilers. It was just like, it went from like, here's like an allusion to it, and it's like full on night of.
Well, now even Twitter at this point is just like, here's a picture.
No, that's what I mean.
Of one of the closing scenes. Like, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like, someone's on a boat. It's like, great. Like,
yeah. Or like someone's writing in a book, which is like a little bit maybe.
Right.
But like in terms of that could have been a spoiler, but it's like dubious. But like it's just like this character is in this place doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like no other context around that. But there were a lot of good memes coming out of that. But it's still like for showing that on Twitter immediately, it's like it's not the coolest thing to do. But
which would to lean into it as hard as they did.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess Twitter does what Twitter wants to do, and if Twitter's gonna I don't know if like generic non-Thrones person. Yeah, careful, Troy. I don't know if they got those things, but it's like, I feel like all of the internet was talking about the.
What do you want to know about people who don't watch Thrones? Because I don't watch Thrones.
I was just curious, like Sunday night, like what did your Twitter trending section look like?
I don't go to Twitter trending ever.
Okay.
But I do see people's likes, right? I see people's liked tweets or retweets.
See, I don't because I put in the right words to get all that stuff not in there. So my Twitter, I don't get any of that stuff. So I hear people complain about it, and I'm like,
you mean you filtered out Game of Thrones stuff, or you filtered out the retweet like shit?
I found there was a suggestion 6 to 8 months ago that somebody said
put it in, didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's worked for me.
Because P1 was just asking about how to get rid of that stuff too, because he said he saw 2 things today that made him very, very angry. We'll say.
Oh, I know. I caught the brunt of it too. I should say also good night to P1 if he's still here.
My Twitter just switched from latest to
home
top again to top tweets, which I do not want. I want latest tweets.
Yeah, so I don't know if he went so far as to mute all 4. There were 4 different words on Twitter that you were supposed to mute. Yeah. And if you muted all 4 of them, it
I swore I did that.
It gets rid of that thing where it's like you may have missed and like takes stuff from like this point and shoves it back in the middle of your timeline.
I don't think I've seen that in a while.
It got rid of that for me, and it's possible that maybe they've revised some things, and that has
this is muted words, and it's the stuff with the underscores. Suggest _activity _tweet.
Let me pull it up just so there's a few of them. Settings of privacy.
Muted words.
While you're going over that, and just to wrap up my thoughts on that.
Yeah, sorry.
In general, just to say, like, I felt it was a little bit too neat. I felt like it was a little more chipper than it should have been. I guess like is close to.
There's some goofiness. There's some really just kind of silliness at the end.
Yeah, and there's a couple moments where like, yes, we get it. We know who the insert character is here. But
yeah.
But other than that, I thought it was good. Like as good as they could have done it for what they had done during the last 2 seasons. Like it could have definitely been better, but I have seen so much worse for TV endings.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like it could have been so much worse, and I was expecting a dumpster fire after like the last couple episodes, and it's just like that was fine, that was enjoyable. I mean, you'd hope for more out of the finale to Game of Thrones, other than that was adequate entertainment. But
yeah, well, yeah, that's the tough part.
And like the bad parts were downgraded from my dumpster fire expectation down to like lemon scented fart. But like it's just like. They were still there.
Good. That's good. Oh man. Okay.
Anyway, go on with your stuff.
That's awesome. Hold on, let me just grab. So the 4 that I have, Derek, I'm just going to drop these into our chat, and then that's one of them. Now, it's possible that some of these don't do what they used to do. Because there's that one.
Yep, I have that.
And then there's... I
already have the 4.
You do have all 4? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that one.
I've had them since we first had that tweet months and months and months ago, and I still see people's liked stuff all the time.
Really? I don't.
Then you must have done something else.
Yeah, it's just those 4. I have plenty of other words that I've muted, but
yeah, me too.
Like most of it's very intentional. Like I muted all the Borderlands stuff when that reveal. Like I muted it the day before that big gameplay reveal. And I saw 0 of it. So even if people were liking it, and I know that there were people in my timeline who...
I'm going through my feed right now, and I'm not seeing any liked ones. I'm only seeing retweeter ones. So what the hell's going on? Maybe it's when mine switches to top tweets. That's the problem.
That could be a part of it, maybe. Because that's got to use something to justify what's top versus latest, right?
Yeah. Well, it was in top, and I was trying to find Rose's tweet about my favorite game is, and it wasn't working. I couldn't see her tweet. I'm like, what the hell? That's when I realized it was in the wrong thing.
I thought about doing that, but part of me just doesn't really want to draw more attention. Like, I don't know. Boogie's the one who's driving that, so I'm just...
Oh.
Well, I mean, it was his thing.
Yeah,
I threw my cartoon crush out there. That felt a little I don't know.
Putting yourself out there kind of thing, you mean?
Oh, a little bit. There's some big confessions, I think, there from mine.
I can't even think other than obviously those 2.
Yeah. And they were both 89. I was going to say there's a scene, if anyone has seen The Sword in the Stone. Has anyone seen that? The Disney movie with the Merlin and the kid?
It's been a while, though.
It's been a while. There's a point in that where he gets turned into a squirrel.
Okay.
Like he and Merlin both turn into squirrels to get like out of the, I don't know if they're getting out of the moat or they're getting away from something. And they run into a girl squirrel who like falls in love with the kid in the moment.
Yep. I'm watching on YouTube now.
That scene like is crushing to me. Like, and I thought about posting that, but I was like, I'm going to stick with my redheads. Like, we'll just go with that.
Okay, I think I filled in the blanks here. It's that cartoon crush thing.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about Rose did that one of those let autocorrect or let autofill finish the sentence type of things. And I was thinking about doing that, but I don't know. I'm not the hugest fan of the person who was like came up with the or requested it in the first place. You know. But then I commented on something that I did do, which was the Cartoon Crush thing. Seeing some interesting responses to that, though. But.
Yeah, it's a good one where it was just like this really nonchalant Bugs Bunny gif, and like that was the response to it. Like it was like just chopping a carrot into a pot or something. Side note, sorry, I had to step away for a second. I took a sip of water, and it was just like the tiniest bit of water that is all you need to go down the wrong pipe, and you were just completely heaving and destroyed. Ugh.
Alright, I should probably go to bed. It's freaking late. Yeah. After I reply to Musty, and then I go to bed. I said after I reply to Musty, and then I go to bed.
Oh, you're doing yours?
No, better.
No.
Or worse, depends on your point of view. You'll see in about 20 seconds, I guess.
Oh man, refreshing right now.
It's there now.
Yep, there it is. Oh, it's so sad.
I was at the point, so I'm like, why not make this into a GIF?
Oh, dude. Oh, that's brutal. He's pushing her away, and it's just like, oh, damn it.
I'll teach you for putting yourself out there, I guess,
That's right, just a little bit.
On that note, I'm going to go to bed.
Okay.
All right, see you guys.
Oh, jeez.
I wish I had like a good Squirrel Girl joke to respond to that with.
Man. That scene though, like that's some like there's some like deep messaging there and it's not about like animal love. It has nothing to do with that. Like just like how affected people can be by love. Anyways, it's not the conversation for this, I don't think.
Well, we're really starting to learn something about you there, Musty.
You guys did pick
analyze here than you think.
You were gonna ask about pickups?
I was gonna ask if you guys did your pickups and stuff.
Oh yeah, a while ago, but like I can show some highlights if you want.
I didn't actually tell you what things I got. I don't have them on me, like they're upstairs, but
yeah,
mine are in the other room too. But
I'll do my quick re-show.
sure.
It's like fast version from Musty. 2 Transformers from the new line, Sideswipe and Hound. They're pretty good. Bunch of I got a Superman comic, but I'm not gonna bother showing it. And a stack of games from the pawn shop. Mostly Xbox One stuff. Oh, and the Wolverine on Blu-ray. It was $4. Don't judge me. The Horizon Complete Edition.
Nice.
And there's like a bunch of like common Xbox One stuff. You can just see it there for the most part.
There's a few Game Pass games in there.
Yeah, nothing super exciting. Like, yeah, it's like these are just mostly just fill out the shelf. My Xbox One collection is lacking, so there's a couple titles I just wanted there to have for the shelf.
That's cool. I got Newegg does every once in a while they'll do like 50% off of this list of games across systems and stuff like that. And so I got one was Spyro. So they had Spyro at 50% off. I got it for 15, which I thought was a pretty good deal. And then $20 was going to be my cutoff for Soul Calibur 6 but it was also 30 and 50% off, so I got that for 15 as well. So I thought pretty good deal there for those two.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And Soul Calibur 6 is a good time, and I'm still trying to figure out some of the, like, for the most part, a lot of the prior games gameplay carries over, but there's some new mechanics and stuff that are kind of fun. I'd recommend it, especially if you can get it for under $20. It's a good time.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll pick it up at some point. I never touched 5 at all. Like, I just skipped it entirely.
I never played. It's like I've played all the even numbered ones.
I played a bit of 3, but pretty much the same for me.
3 was PS2 exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't.
When I
play
say I played a bit of 3, I mean like at someone's house back in the day.
Okay.
It had that odd RPG tower mode thing.
Yeah, this one's got 2 different versions of a story mode. One of them has a mainline story, but then you can go down this this massive timeline, and then it's got individual characters listed there, and then each of them has their own story that kind of happens concurrently with the main story. You can kind of see where all these characters in this like big narrative are happening as all of this is going on, which is kind of interesting. And then there's the like create a player mode where you level up, and certain fights have different win criteria, or they use different rules for the matches and things like that. But the create a player in this is crazy. Like, when it first came out, I saw people doing some really wild things with the character creator. I have yet to delve into that, but maybe someday.
Remember when fighting games would just have like the story mode that is just like a completely different gameplay style out of nowhere?
Like, didn't Mortal Kombat do that a couple of times?
Yeah, where it was like, I don't think Deception really did it, but like Armageddon is a full-on like adventure game, like just running around, beat 'em up, like full-on levels and stuff like that. It's just like, why in the hell do that? It was awesome, but like it was like a completely different game within the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
like,
same with like Tekken 6 did that too.
Okay. Last Tekken I played was Tag Tournament 2.
Yeah, no, probably because it was free on Gold.
Oh no, this was like PS2 Greatest Hits version.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, we were talking about like Soul Calibur and different fighting games.
Yes. I didn't see that you had chatted, but
He just came on.
Yeah. But yeah, the Tekken Tag I liked because it had bowling.
Yeah.
The bowling mode I thought was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's funny.
But no, Soul Calibur has been like, it's of the fighting games, it's like the most approachable one for me, at least, because you can just straight up button mash if you feel like it. But then once you learn it, like once you start to get the hang of a character, then all of a sudden there's a flow to their combat. Even somebody as big and clunky as Nightmare has like a pattern to work through when you're fighting. But like, I put the controller in my son's hand and just said, "Here you go," and he finished one of the players' arcade modes by himself. I was just like, he had to continue a few times, but he did it. And I was just like, I don't know what that means. Like,
It means he's a better gamer than you.
He's a better button masher.
Well, if he and I went head to head, I think it would exploit his mashiness.
Have you ever gone into a fighting game though, like where you actually know the strategies and someone just is like punching you in the face and it like exploiting your animation loop and you can't do shit about it?
Yeah. The only time that I've played a fighting game with my the only time that my wife has played a fighting game, she was in button mash mode, and somehow she managed to, in one fluid motion, pause the game, switch to like flip it to quit, and then confirmed it all in one motion. Like it was crazy. And we were all just like, what? It's like, what just happened? Like, how did that? Yeah. Steven says, button mashing? Is this Shenmue talk?
Yeah, we got done with that a while ago.
Yeah, we did. We did have some Shenmue talk, but
yeah. Steven mentioned like.
Do you want to know what I picked up, or?
I do. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember everything. I picked up a couple of PS2 controllers, but one of them's that like kind of like see-through green, bluish sort of more greeny. I don't know the name of it. That one, and then a smoke gray one. That was on a different day. I picked up a Sega Master System. It has everything but the it doesn't have the 3D things, but it doesn't have the power supply or the AV cord, I don't think.
Okay.
But the rest is there, like a couple controllers, all that kind of thing.
It's all there, just not playable.
Picked up a PS2 to HDMI thing, like a Chinese knockoff thing. To plug a PS2 into an HDTV. I wanted to see if it would work. Haven't tried it out yet, but I do have it. Because I'm still setting up the game room. Trying to think of what else is in there. There's a couple of games in there, nothing crazy. A couple, I think it was like Ghostbusters on the PS3.
That's the good one, right?
Yeah, and something else on PS3, something cheap. I think I already had it though, but yeah. And that's about it, because it's been really rough. Trying to find games when everywhere I go, there's a game collector there before me. It's getting ridiculous.
Do you have much of a SMS collection already, or are you?
Like maybe 25 games or so.
Okay. Is this did you already have hardware too, or is that?
Yeah, I've got a system, and I got a complete in box system, and I have this system now, so I got like 3 of them. I think I've sold one before too. I don't find a lot of games in the wild though. All the games I pick up tend to be from game shows. I just do usually if I go to a game show, I'll pick up like 1 and then add it to the collection, or 2 or whatever, that kind of thing.
Oz mentions that it's the same AV cord as a Model 1 Genesis
Is that right?
Yeah, for Master System, he says.
Yeah, I need to find a power supply for it, and I just don't want to. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so I mean that one's just going to be for sale.
Oh, same AV cord, but
there's so many different versions of it, like the
Yeah.
the packing game, right? So I look it up, but it's not totally clear what's what all the time.
Minor correction. He said it's the same AV cord, but he says he thinks you can use the power supply from the Model 1 as well.
Oh, well, maybe I'll give that a shot then.
Maybe look it up first so you don't.
Yeah, I would cross-reference that before you.
Yeah.
Before you fry
if the cord fits, then it works.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how electronics work.
Right.
That's how they do in my world. Never failed me.
It's like cats in boxes. If it fits, it sits.
Yeah.
Even if it really shouldn't.
I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Now, I did find some Dungeons and Dragons stuff, which probably doesn't interest you that much, but it is decently priced. So I got a couple of the modules from a guy for like, what was it, $35 or something, and they usually go for maybe like 15 or 20 more than what I paid, so that was a pretty good deal. And then today I found a 5th edition, which is the current edition, if you don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, player's handbook in a thrift store, which is kind of interesting because it's like the current edition, which means somebody obviously bought it, either couldn't find people to play with, or
hated the people they played with,
or hated the game or something, and they just unloaded it because it's like the current edition. And so the lady at the store charged me $1.50 for the player's handbook, which goes for probably like 35 Canadian online.
Nice.
Right now, so that's pretty good. I already had a copy of the 5th edition player's handbook, but it's nice to have my copy's brand new, so I'll use this copy as my play copy. For $1.50, he charged me for a kid's book, youth, or was a youth novel or something. I don't know, not youth, something like that. I don't know. $1.50, anyways. But yeah, it was a good deal.
That's a good deal. That's a real good deal.
Yeah.
I haven't played anything since Pathfinder. That was my last tabletop hurrah.
Yeah. I've been playing some 2nd edition. I was mentioning earlier with MC Mer. It's been pretty fun. I've enjoyed it like immensely, actually. I really kind of wish I kept up with it over the years. And I've just got you know, I've got a whole other community of people around Dungeons and Dragons.
Sean plays it.
You're diversifying that portfolio of viewers.
Yeah. Well, my other channel has 38 subscribers now, so
boom,
must be doing something wrong. But I've been putting up more stuff there because I've been actually finding like miniatures and things like that, like in thrift shops. It's just crazy. Because I was saying it earlier, video games are more popular, and I can't find one that's reasonably priced that's worth picking up out there. Like my Value Village is full. Their glass case must have like 75 games in it. But no,
and they're all garbage.
And they're all garbage, or they're overpriced. So they have
or overpriced garbage.
The NES game, and I'm trying to remember. It's like Shadow of the Ninja or something like that, right? Like,
okay,
I don't know. It's like a $70 game. They got it for $50, which is okay if you're just paying $50, but then you got to add 13% tax on that.
Eek.
So essentially, why would you bother buying it? Like, there's no reason in the world that anyone would pay that much for an NES game that's at Value Village unless it's something absolutely beyond the beyond.
Well, and then you've got
every NES game market priced. Like, they went online, they found the price, they put it on it.
That's rough.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee of anything on those, like, which is the part I think that kills me the most is like if I bought that game from let's just say GameStop.
Yeah.
If it didn't work, if I took it home and it didn't work, I could go get some kind of compensation or trade it back in or something.
Or return it or whatever.
Or return it. But if it's a thrift shop, it's like, nope, you took it out. That's it.
Yeah. Nope, they're awful, man. Like, it's driving me crazy going in there. And then on top of that, there's the guys there that are there every time I'm there. Like, I cannot go there. The one Value Village, the guy like lives there. So that's it.
That's
like, I'll
unfortunate.
never find anything. I walk into it and I just go, hey man, what'd I miss? Like, and then he shows me all the stuff he grabbed.
That sucks.
Yeah, I know. But whatever. I'm so over it. Like, it's such a joke that I don't even care. Like, I really don't, honestly. I've got so many freaking video games. What does it matter at this point? Like,
Yeah, but I mean, if you were trying to do longest time you've done the like fund my collection with my collection type stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that just kind of puts a damper on that until you come up with something that's more that they aren't as prepared for.
Right.
But
then I started doing this thing, so I'm like hunting for minis and like hunting for D&D stuff, and I walk in and the guy collects video games. Has got the freaking 2 sets of like packing game type things. They're not Dungeons and Dragons specific, but they have miniatures in them, and they totally be right up my alley. And I totally use them for D&D. He's got them. I collect these too. I'm like, geez, I gotta start collecting Justin Bieber CDs or something, man. Like, I gotta get out of this. Like, everything I want, you guys are after. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I've kind of transitioned to comics and Transformers for like major collections right now.
Yeah.
Or hobbies necessarily. Like,
I mean, I
still
got
play games.
Yet,
but like,
so I'm totally not too worried about it. It's just kind of like, it's just annoying seeing them, basically.
Yeah, it's irksome. Like, you make the trip and
like,
it's just like they're constantly undercutting you.
And it's like they're showing up right when I show up, and they know when to show up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm going at very specific times of the day. I go at lunch, and I go at, and I go at after work.
Yeah.
And those are the times I can go, because otherwise I got to go pick up my kid, and I got to get him home, and I got to feed him dinner. So those are when I can go, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, well, Troy must be showing up. Like, okay, let's get there right before he's done work.
Oz mentions not finding anything in the last few thrift trips as well. And it's like all that stuff I showed today and like a couple weeks ago, like that's all stuff that's used, but not a single one from a thrift store. It's pawn shop and a couple games from EB Games. That was it. It's like the thrift stores themselves, not a damn thing.
Well, that's because everything's getting pushed then from the thrift store to the game shops, right? Like,
yeah,
like that's those people trying to turn those around as quickly as they can.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this one guy basically does. That I mean, like I think he collects and plays video games, but he finds stuff and like he doesn't try to get like good dollar for it. He just takes it into a pawn shop and gets whatever he can. And it's like, your style is infuriating. You get everything and then you basically like piss it all away. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's like you're not even getting anything for it.
Yeah, like you're getting like 1/1 billionth of the value of it or whatever,
Yeah. Like I tried to get a 1-to-1 trade since I have Arkham Knight on PS4, but I want it on Xbox. I brought in my PS4 copy, and I said, like, would you just do 1-to-1 trade here? Because like you have like the Return to Arkham thing for PS4 anyway, someone could buy that together. And like, no, you'd get like $4 for it, which is like half of what they were charging for Arkham Knight on Xbox. So it's like, why not just do the turnover? I'm buying like 9 other things, but they wouldn't do it. So it's like they do not pay top dollar of any kind of sort.
I mean, you know me, I'm not a top dollar kind of person anyways. So when I sell stuff, I try to undercut everyone. But I'm not taking a bath on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there's so many times I've walked on like a $5 to $8 game because it just is not. I might net, like $1 worth of profit, and it's like all the extra effort of trying to like then flip it, even if I just took it into the local shop, it just never makes sense.
Yeah, I've got so many $5 games just sitting in a bin in my closet waiting for a garage sale.
Well, that's one of those that's like if you ever got to like a local con, you find like that guy who wants inventory and you just take whatever you can get for him. Like, that's what Jason from Corpse Flood Gaming did. at MGC, he had like a huge Tupperware like storage container full of games and took it in and ended up getting like hundreds of dollars worth of credit with this guy. But most of that was because he had like a lot of games.
Yeah.
And not all of it was garbage either. Like he had some decent stuff in there. Like I think he had two of those GameCube Zelda like promotional discs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean he had some things that had some decent count, but at least he got like got to get rid of a lot of stuff, and then like they gave him a huge amount in table credit, which he
I'm just gonna try to eBay stuff off, this summer, and kind of I'm feeling like to be done with it. Like I'm looking at it and it's now starting to get on my freaking nerves a little bit. I'm not digging like having all this stuff. I'm not talking about my collection, but like the doubles and all that stuff.
Inventory.
Like I took them to Barry. They didn't sell the stuff I sold at Barry. Great, like that felt good, but I did not enjoy bringing stuff back with me. Yeah. I wanted it all gone, and it was priced to go, and that sucks that it didn't more so go than it did. And at the same time, like I had a very successful Barry. Don't get me wrong, like that's not Barry's fault. I was just like, come on, the way it's priced, it should be gone.
Yeah, like any leftover inventory to haul back is annoying.
Yeah, and like at the end of the show, I'm like, all right, buy a $10 game, get a $10 game for free, like that kind of thing.
It's like, get the shit out of here.
Like, you can't beat that deal. Come on, people. You don't have any money left. Get out of here.
I remember emptying out my change for a copy of Captain Skyhawk at the end of a show once. It was like $1 something. It was probably less than $2 that I paid for it.
Like, I will give you everything I have. Just let's do this, and we can just go on our way.
Yeah. Rose said she found the Donkey Kong bongos for GameCube today for $8. That's a pretty cool find, actually.
That's not bad at all.
I've never seen those around.
The bongos?
Yeah, not like used in a thrift store or something. I've seen them like in a couple game stores, but that's about all.
Yeah.
My consignment shop had 2 sets of those, and I dragged my feet on it, and then I went back the next day, and one of them was gone, the other one wasn't, and part of me is like, why is that one still here? Like, if it was such a good deal, why didn't they both go? And then, but then I was like, I don't have any game that will make use of that, so
yeah.
I talked myself out of it, but
I'd probably grab them if I found them for cheap, just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
And just find the game later.
I see them like loose quite a bit though in thrift shops all the time. And I leave them behind because I already had like three of them.
Yeah.
I'd only pick them up CIB now, though I wouldn't bother with it.
Mm-hmm. Are we done?
I'm thin on content.
Yeah, it's getting up there time wise too.
Wait, I'm still
it's like it's like latest for Troy even.
Yeah, what time is it? 1 o'clock?
It's 20 after midnight for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad. I won't be to bed till 1 anyways.
Steven says just by Sonic Racing.
I need to look reviews up for that, actually.
It's reviewing really well.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, as it should. I mean, if they didn't really have to me, I don't feel like they had to do a lot to the transformed formula. Like that one was received really well, but
I think MC Murr's doing a thing of it right now on his channel. Go check it out. MC Murr.
There you go, Steven. There's someone to go watch
Cartridge
stream
Club
it.
I already have, and I don't know why he hasn't joined, but talk to the guy all the time.
I see his name pop up in that other like community a lot.
What community is that?
Like who's in there? J Love and Captain Algebra and T Belly. Do You Nerds in there to some extent.
Yeah.
I just hear his name pop up once in a while. There's a few other little mini communities.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. It sounds like Cartridge Club material too. I mentioned to him a couple times, but like, it does not cost you a thing to join, man. Just get in there.
Yeah.
Just your patience dealing with people. That's it. Oh no, wait, I don't say that. That would not very well.
I just wish people understood that, you know, like we're like it's not a
exclusive.
I think yeah, well, I mean I think the first person that I tried to explain it to, they're like, "Oh, so like game of the month, do you like send them the games?" And I'm just like, "No."
Do book gloves?
That would be awesome.
Book gloves give you a packet with the book of the month in it?
They do. There are some book clubs that do that exactly. Yeah, and so it's like our copy of Ready Player One we have because it was my wife was doing a book club at the time, and so she was like, they were like, pick one of these 5 books and that's yours. Oz is listing off some other people.
Columbia Music back in the day or whatever.
Oh, well, not to that extent.
Just to pause for a second, Rose, you can totally jump in if you want to for a couple minutes. The links are on the Discord, but we're probably going to finish in a few minutes anyway.
Yeah, I'm stringing things along almost unnecessarily, but yeah,
I'm not unnecessarily. I have a very good reason for stringing it along. I'm trying to paint these minis, and
you only do that live.
He just wants noise. That's fair. Dang, I lost it.
Yeah, I figured you were kidding.
You lost what? Your thought, or?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Like, damn, I lost it. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally blanked. Oh, no, that's what it was. The whole like because I was talking with someone and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll let them know when I place my first order." And I was just like, "What are you talking about? Like there's no orders. Like we're just a bunch of people. That's it."
Yeah.
Like I was like, maybe we're not.
Bring your own jams.
Yeah, so Oaz, the book club my wife was in, yeah, it was basically you pay it was like $8 to $10 dues for the month, and then you got the book that would then be the book of the month.
Oh, okay.
So yes, you were basically buying the book. The thing is, we don't have the infrastructure to supply Chrono Trigger to everybody for August. Like that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And many people are resistant to the concept of Steam that to even like gift them digitally would not fly with a lot of people.
Yeah, like even if we somehow got a deal with a developer or publisher or something that would like provide the codes for a game of the month, it would be hell trying to coordinate consoles for people.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I see the trouble that like Kickstarter people have trying to manage, video game releases, and I don't wish that on us, let alone any other community, to try and like take on that. Like, no, thank you.
It's just easier to have people bring their own shit.
That's right. Well, that's why we announce them as far out as we have been, and we're gonna keep announcing them well in advance. For that very reason, I understand the only issue that I think we run into is like I think sometimes there's those like hype swings where it's like, hey, you announced that game and oh, we're playing it 3 weeks later. Like, you kind of lose that by being so scheduled. But I also don't want to hear people going, well, I don't have any way to get this game. Or I had a convention 2 weeks ago. It would have been great if I would have known that was the game. And I totally get that.
Even though
which is why
totally still get that from some people that are just not paying attention.
That too is that I can't assume everybody is actually listening to everything we say. I know we will plan to have our announcements of the first half of season 7 out before C3. So
I gotta do a C3 what I'm bringing or what I can bring, because I can't bring it with like everything with me. I'm just doing a carry-on. I'm not even bringing luggage.
I started a thread on the forums. If you are so inclined, I haven't checked it in a little while, so I don't know if anybody's been. Nobody has touched it. It has been almost a month.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, hey, post your stuff here.
Maybe I should throw up a video.
Could do that too.
I tweet it out. It's probably easier than writing a list. Just point a camera at myself and hold up junk. Well, that's my sales pitch. I just want to do trades with people, basically. I'm not looking to. It's not a game convention in that sense for me.
Yeah. The local game convention here is next month. I might not even go.
Always go.
I mean, I guess it depends on what your targets are. Like, I mean, if you were going after stuff that was like super obscure and cons might be the only place to get it, then that's one thing. But you don't seem to be that person.
Yeah, it's like at this point, it's like $20 at the door to maybe find something.
How much is it to get in?
20.
Oh, forget it. Unless you're getting a $1,000 game for $900, it's not worth it.
And it's like an hour or two bus both ways, and you had to buy the day pass, and it's just like, no. If I was getting a ride, fantastic. If not, no.
It really depends. Like if they're like, because when I go to Barrie, I'm not even really looking at games because I'm not going to pay the prices that vendors want for games. For the most part, if I got a trade going on, fine, I'll do a trade. Or if somebody wants to trade something to me, they see at my table, then I'm more than willing to entertain the idea. But like, as far as like going, the reason to go there is like to see everybody. That's it.
Hey, Jared, you're here for the final ramblings.
Unless you want to join me. Join me.
Yeah, like going to that convention was great when I was like looking for Dragon Quest and Castlevania games, but it was like nothing's really on my list right now.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna spend even a convention price on Ninja Gaiden 3, and that's like the one that comes to mind. Although it would be cool to like maybe take a couple of my games from my Purge bin that's just sitting in the closet that are like maybe $30-$40 games and trade toward that.
That's kind of the idea. Like if you are after something, and take a stack of stuff or put it out there and say like, I'm gonna go to this thing. If you're interested, you know.
Yeah, but it's like there's no crew there for me either to meet up with. Like Steven goes occasionally.
Yeah.
And even looking through, like for too many games, I'm looking at the like I'm not even seeing like a schedule yet for what panels there are going to be and stuff like that, and whether that's relevant or important or. Oh, game chasers are going to be there. Okay. I think I'm good.
Yeah, we've hit the 3-hour mark. We can call it. I haven't made it to the 3-hour mark in a while, so that's good at least.
There you go. This is what I've been working on.
Good progress since the start of the thing.
I mean, I was basically doing touch-ups, and then I did like a wash on it. Well, and then I switched projects for a second and add some stuff to this one that was a 3D print from our 3D printer at school to see how it would work out, and it kind of doesn't, because I don't know what the setup is on the 3D printer, but they don't have it dialed in. So you see a lot of lines and stuff like that on the 3D print. And they should be good machines because they're like the machines for the school. They're like $3,000 printers instead of just like a Ender 5 or whatever. Those kind of things. They're like a couple $100.
Yeah, not like the cheap home ones.
Yeah. So you should be able to get like good results out of it, considering people can get like perfect results out of like a $250 machine. But
yeah. But it's school equipment, so even if it should work, it does not.
Yeah. So they probably just don't have it dialed in right.
Yeah.
I just sent to the teacher that like uses the 3D printers, and he printed it off. But I'm probably gonna get my own. I think that's gonna be my birthday present.
Yeah.
An Ender 5 and start printing off minis because they can get expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And then that thing will end up paying for itself pretty quick.
Oh, I was wanting to know if there's magnets on the base of those figures you were trying.
Is there magnets on them? No, I'm gonna probably put like a washer on them, and then I'll magnetize whatever I'm doing.
Okay. Now with that question out of the way, I think I should shut it down. But I wanted to acknowledge that.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
We got what, two weeks till C3? Not C3. E3.
Yeah, E3 and how long till C3?
What was it, 3 weeks? C3 is 4 weeks from Friday.
Okie dokie.
So the whole weekend is 4 weeks from Friday.
Oh, time to get that video out. I need to pump up some hype.
Yeah, it's about time to do that.
And to let my viewers know that I'll actually be there, because some people might be like, hey, you know, like, because I don't even know who's located where, some of the people I talk to. Right? So it's like, oh, I'm going to be there, or yeah, I'll go.
Think you didn't even tell me.
Yeah, exactly. So
I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Eating retro in person.
Boom.
I'm sure.
I'll be with a meet and greet. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Although meeting all of you in person was a big deal for me. It felt like home.
It's going to be a good show. I'm excited.
Okay, on that lovely note, I think I am going to call it. So,
boom.
Okay, I left it on like the sentimental note or something.
Yep, and then you ruined it. Okay, see everyone next week.
Bye. Bye.
Big deal.